we all know, champions rise early.
Yeah? Well, this one stays up late.
They all want to meet Neymar. But me, I am Neymar. I'm De Bruyne. I'm Dybala.
And my Mbappe is more Mbappe than Mbappe.
What an incredible...
Plus Mbappé que moi. This icon played for years without winning the Champions League. But I've already won it twice!
Ronaldo's the best striker in the world. But on my team, he plays centre-back.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Not that way.
Come on.
What?
You can do that.
Okay, okay. Running. Run that baby. They say Pep's a genius.
Pero yo le gano.
My scoring exterior.
Can you reach the final in Madrid?
Madrid? It's right here in LA.
So here it is, the biggest game of the year, the Champions League final.
That's right, James. Cool. What's going on here, huh? We'll take it from here.
For the players.
Welcome everybody to the FIFA 19 launch stream. My name is Jake, the Master Bucks Buckley, and we have got an amazing night of action for you. We're going to be counting down and celebrating the launch of FIFA 19 coming out in around about 2 hours time, of course 12 a.m. midnight Australian Eastern Standard Time. I am joined by the three at the desk here. To my left and to your right, this is Sparring DK. He's a career mode YouTuber. He more or less works with young players in the career mode. You go in, you change your settings around, you really go in depth with it, but I think you can do a much better job of what exactly it is you do.
Yeah, for sure. So Youth Academy is probably my mainstay, career mode. Obviously just really basing series around youth players and Road to Glory series, working your way up from the League 2 and trying to get that Champions League glory.
Yeah, you will definitely notice a little bit of a trend to start this panel. You've got a career mode YouTuber and a career mode YouTuber. Of course, to our right, you may potentially already know this man if you, again, are another career mode YouTube fan, and if you're an E-League fan as well, because we were commentating next to each other throughout the E-League, of course. Jared HD, of course, I'm sure so many of the people watching will already know who you are, but for anyone that doesn't, feel free to let everyone know what exactly it is you do.
Yeah, like Jake said, career mode YouTuber, esports commentator, well known on YouTube for the Rebuild series and experiments on career mode and all that sort of thing, taking teams from wherever they are in the football pyramid to the Champions League final, funnily enough. So really happy with the addition of the Champions League this year. But yeah, career mode YouTuber.
And of course, finally rounding out the desk as well, we have to my right and to your furthest left, of course, it is Captain Kiki. Now, that is going to get a little bit concerning or a little bit confusing because of the fact that I'm the Foot United captain and her name is also Captain Kiki. So for the rest of the stream, we're just going to be referring to her as Vice Captain Kiki. I hope she's okay with that.
All right, I'll give you captain for tonight. But
okay, thank you very much. At 1 a.m. when we finish up this stream, of course, midnight is when it goes live, but at 1 a.m. I'll take the mantle back.
I'll take my crown back.
All right, thank you. That's all good. Cheers. But until we get to that point, of course, we are going to be absolutely jam-packed with stuff to do. We have got a bunch of guests coming in like Richard Bayless from Optus Sport. We're going to be chatting about, obviously, the Champions League, now that the fact that the Champions League is returning to FIFA, and I'm very, very happy about that. We've got Yolanda Be Cool, of course, two sets of DJs that actually have a song on the FIFA 19 soundtrack, of course, Musica. They will be coming in to perform live at midnight when the game goes live. We've got some of the E-League boys in as well, Marco HD, also now known as Footwiz Marco HD, so he's very happy about that, recently been signed. And Marcus Gomes, of course, Marco from Sydney FC, and Marcus was representing Melbourne City as well. Boys and girls, of course, we've got plenty on the cards tonight, but what are we all looking forward to?
Just covering everything, bringing to you as much content as possible, giving you a full outlay of what is in store for FIFA 19 this year, and hopefully getting you excited to go out and maybe pick up the game and possibly get into some packs.
Jared, how about you?
I'm excited mainly for Marcus versus Marco, if I'm being 100% honest. Two of the biggest players in the E-League this season. Very excited to finally see them matching up against one another. So that's going to be good a little bit later on.
If you are an E-League fan watching this, of course, they were the two probably hottest properties in the E-League, and everyone pretty much safely assumed that they were equally the best player on Xbox and PlayStation 4. Marco was on PS4, Marcus was on Xbox, and we thought they'd meet in the cross-console final, but they both got knocked out in their respective console finals by, surprisingly enough, their other team's teammate as well, which is amazing. So we never got to see that matchup in the E-League, but hopefully we will see them put on some fireworks. They'll be playing a couple of times tonight, and they're actually going to be playing, or should I say teaming up, with these two. And me personally, that's what I'm looking forward to. Kiki, we also need to figure out a system too, by the way, because I don't know if you two have done your research as to who you think is going to be better, but...
no idea.
No idea?
No, not
Kiki?
I'm biased towards the footwears side of things, so probably Marco, but...
Well, ladies first. We'll let you
You're going to be the gentleman.
I'll be the gentleman.
You're going to let her get first pick?
She can pick all she
I
likes.
choose Marco if he'll have me, if he'll put up with me.
Do you want to pick? Do you want to pick now, or do you want to pick when they've already played a game and maybe you can think about it? They're actually going to get.
No, I have faith in him. Like I think if he loses the first game, then it's probably just strategy.
We've got some vengeance games to be played later if anything goes wrong in the first game. So
I'm sure we will.
We've got some juicy stuff lined up for you. Don't worry about that.
Absolutely, there's plenty to look forward to in the stream on top of that as well. But of course, we want to hear from you guys as well. We want you to be sending in your questions. We've got two hashtags that you guys can use: hashtag FIFA19AU and hashtag FootAU. Be sure to send in your questions about FIFA, about the Champions League, about literally anything. We will be answering a few of those a little later on in the stream as well. But again, guys, we've got so much planned today. Again, we've already gone through what we all are looking forward to. Me personally, I think I'm really excited to get Yolanda B. Cool in, to be fair. I think it is.
Be cool.
I think it is going to be cool. I didn't even think of that. Well done, DK. No, but I legitimately like it. Like these guys are a massive band. Of course, We Know Speak Americano was one of the biggest hits at the time when it came out as well. And I mean, I've never actually spoken to an artist or like a pair of artists, the DJs, the fact that they are on a FIFA 19 soundtrack, because I feel like it's one of the most iconic soundtracks that you can really be a part of in any course of media, whether it be in film, TV, sport, video games, or anything like that.
It's really made careers, hasn't it? Well, I think back, I was discovered to bands like Foster the People, a band that I love now. I found them through FIFA, so yeah, it's a big honour for a lot of bands and artists to get on there.
Yeah, and you have to go back to, was it FIFA 08 with the Streets? 08, 07.
07 or 08? Are you talking about like FIFA Street when that first came out?
No, the band, the Streets.
Oh, the Streets?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that's one that just riveted in my mind, and go straight out and buy an album of a band that you've never heard before. So the exposure that you're getting from the FIFA soundtrack, which is something that we as content creators and FIFA players debate over an entirety of the season on tracks that could be in the next installment.
Yeah.
So,
Right. I used to make video. I don't do it anymore, unfortunately. But I used to make videos where I would list songs and bands that I actually wanted to see featured, and one time I uploaded one video and two of the songs that I wanted actually made it into FIFA, and so I just had some bragging rights. I'm like, look at me, little music hipster that's just going and
they're definitely out there.
Yeah,
a lot of those playlists.
The amount of hours that people put into the game as well, it just sticks in their mind. Like we were in a restaurant earlier and one of you actually mentioned a song that you heard playing from like a couple of years ago from the soundtrack. So it just sticks there, so it's a huge honour.
It's absolutely fantastic. But again, they'll be joining us as well. Richard Bayless will be coming in to talk a little bit about the Champions League, and the Champions League is by far one of the coolest additions into FIFA 19 this year, but not just the Champions League, Europa League as well, all UEFA Cup competitions. And I know, being career mode YouTubers, that's going to be very...
Definitely something to look forward to.
It's
the
a big
authenticity of it is special.
Yeah, special.
Special.
Bruce
Bruce
McAvaney over here, special. No, but of course, Champions League great, but a whole bunch of other game modes as well. So Ultimate Team, Kickoff, and of course, speaking of the Champions League, it is in FIFA 19. And here's a little taste of what it's going to look like.
Quando eu era criança, sempre sonhei em tornar-me um campeão. É preciso determinação e vontade de vencer. Até mesmo nos momentos mais difíceis, tu tens de continuar a acreditar. Esta é a tua oportunidade de te mostrares ao mundo. Tu és um campeão.
for the players.
Oh, how good does it look? And of course, I love that score that was composed by Hans Zimmer in that trailer as well. Champions League looks absolutely fantastic this year. And to talk a little bit about the Champions League, we've got a special guest in, Richard Bayless from Optus Sport, mate. Thank you for joining us on the desk. Of course, with the Champions League now being in FIFA, we had to get you in to basically get your take on everything on the Champions League. It's been a very hot start to match week 1, of course, with Messi's hat-trick and the Ronaldo red card, which is extremely contentious, but just wanted to get your thoughts on how it's all started up so far.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. I'm very excited the fact that the Champions League is back in FIFA as well. I mean, for all of us fans and let alone people that are working in the Champions League, it's fantastic to see. But it started really well. I mean, match day 1 was fantastic. I mean, it had everything, drama. You see Lionel Messi scoring the very first goal of the tournament, which is still fitting even though he's been in it for so long. And obviously the drama of Cristiano Ronaldo being sent off, but also big teams playing well, which is what you want. And you expect the big teams to really kind of stamp their authority early on, which we saw Real Madrid do, Bayern Munich do as well, and some others struggling like Manchester City. So it should be another great tournament.
Absolutely. Tottenham losing in a pretty heartbreaking fashion to Inter Milan as well. So action-packed stuff in the Champions League. And again, just going back to that Ronaldo, that very contentious Ronaldo red card. I mean, you don't want to see players get sent off or stuff like that, but I think we're all in agreement, not a red card. Or are we, Richard Bayless?
I feel like the tide kind of turned a little bit. Initially, certainly, we thought that, no, that's not a red card. There are one or two angles that make it look really bad for Ronaldo, though, and I think the old pull of the hair or whatever he was trying to do, I think, did not help.
It looked like it was like, it's weird the action that he's doing, but it almost looks like he's like, I heard someone say that it was like a scratch or something. I don't really know, but like either way, it's not. I don't know. In my opinion, I don't think it's a red card.
I think the thing that will count against him, though, when he goes to potentially appeal it, is the fact that he carried on like an absolute pork chop in not getting off the field afterwards. I mean, I think if he'd have copped the red card and walked off, maybe then you think, okay, he's taken it well. It shouldn't have been a red card. We'll only get 1 game.
Yeah.
But I think he's a chance of getting 3 and maybe missing 2 matches against Manchester United, which for a former United player would be massive.
I guess I am, maybe just a little bias in the fact that I really, really want to see him go up against Manchester United as much as possible. And again, United in the Premier League, maybe not doing as well at the moment under Jose Mourinho, but I'm trying to think, you would probably rule them out of any chance of winning the Champions League. I'm just interested to get your takes on who you think are a real legit contender to maybe go on and win the entire Champions League this season.
I think one thing about the Champions League is that very rarely do you see a club sort of come from the clouds to win it. I think you can almost guarantee that Real Madrid, they've won it 3 times on the bounce, so predicting they'll go well is not a huge call, but they'll be thereabouts. Bayern Munich haven't had the run the last couple of years. You can expect them to be. For Juventus, Juventus have to be there because that's the reason they bought Cristiano Ronaldo. They've got an ageing squad and they have spent the money so they can win the Champions League. They win everything in Italy, so it's time they won that competition. But elsewhere, you can look at Manchester City as well. That's another club that have no excuses not to win it. Same with Paris Saint-Germain. So out of those big teams and throw in a couple more, you would think that's where the winner will come from.
Absolutely. And a lot of the English clubs this year are really smashing it. Obviously, Chelsea, they did lose their 100% record in the Premier League recently. But of course, Liverpool, the fact that they made the Champions League final last season and look to have only gotten stronger, really. They've just added an amazing amount of depth and some incredible players to their starting 11. Even a bloke like Shaqiri that can just come off of the bench. When you've got someone of that quality, I think, do you reckon maybe they might potentially be on their way? Or do you think there could be a potential English club that goes on to win it all? Man City, Liverpool, even maybe like a Manchester United if they start to really sort of get their act together?
Yeah, I think Manchester City are prepared both on and off the field to win the Champions League. They've won 3 English titles now. You know, the next thing they have to do is win the Champions League, and they have the most amazing squad potentially in world football. But it seems like at the start of the season, Liverpool is far better prepared, both domestically and in continental Europe as well. I mean, the way they played against PSG, it was 3-2, an entertaining game, and it was close on the scoreboard. They were fantastic against PSG. And you're right, they have the depth. They've added 2 or 3 players, not a huge amount of players, but they've added guys that really add something to that squad, something different. And for Shaqiri's a great example. I mean, the heartbreak of going down with Stoke only a couple of months ago, now he's in a side that could definitely win both the Premier League and the Champions League as well. So they're a good shout.
Yeah, Fabinho, what we got? It's Nabil
Naby Keita?
Naby Keita, that's the one. I was thinking of Nabil Fekir. They nearly got Nabil Fekir, didn't they? No, it didn't quite happen. Sorry, Liverpool fans, for bringing that up again. But, of course, Champions League isn't the only thing that we can now watch on Up to Sport as well. You've got the Europa League and you've also got the UEFA Nations League as well, which I'm actually quite a big fan of because international football, I know everyone sort of is like, ugh, and it's just more time that you can't spend watching club football, but I like the UEFA Nations League because it's actually it's more competitive football, technically, even if it is international football.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons that people have been kind of when it comes to international football is because of the fact that there are so many matches that mean nothing. You know, friendlies, you don't always see the best sides put out. You see young players, which is good, but you also don't see it competitive for 90 minutes. The best thing about the Nations League is that it creates this competition within each matchup, and there's also only ever matches against nations of a similar level, so you don't get hopefully the 7 or 8 nils. I mean, we did see Spain beat Croatia 6-0 in an incredible result last month, but you know, you won't see that often, and the best thing about it is that nations want to win it. Normally friendlies, there's always that caveat that, oh, we didn't really need to win it, so we didn't win it. But now, you know, they're playing for silverware, and I think it'll be a bit of a sleeper competition. Maybe early on people will feel their way into it, but I think in a couple of years' time, because it does happen every 2 years, I think you'll see the Nations League really take off.
Yeah, I was really, again, in and out of like sort of watching it, but all the hubbub and controversy after Spain or should I say England were denied their goal against Spain as well with the Welbeck incident with him jumping into De Gea and stuff. From that point, and I just saw how much people actually really cared about the competition. I mean, in a friendly game, you probably wouldn't even see that much backlash, like, oh, we probably should have got the goal, probably shouldn't have. But no, people were talking about it tons, and it was, people are really getting invested in it, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and it provides another avenue to Euros as well, which is nice for the nations that don't particularly go well in qualifying to have that other avenue as well. And I think it just theoretically, it changes the face of international football. From a player's perspective as well, being called up all of a sudden means that little bit more, because you're not just playing because you've been called up and you have no option. You're playing because you have the opportunity to win silverware. And the reaction to that non-Welbeck goal is the perfect example of it. Normally, a lot of people would have headed for the turnstiles by then, the 89th or 90th minute, but there was everyone still at Wembley waiting, hopefully, for the equaliser.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point too. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I've been basically bombarding this man with questions. I want to give some of you guys an opportunity. We've only got this man for a couple more minutes, but anybody want to ask? Obviously, I know that you're an avid Arsenal fan. We haven't really talked about the Europa League an awful lot.
Well,
so if you want to bring that up.
I'm happy that the Europa League's been included this year because I can watch Arsenal more than once a week. Whether that's going to be a good thing or not, we'll have to wait and see. They're 5 on the trot, so that's not too bad. But are you happy with the amount of coverage that you're slowly building to with Up to Sport at the moment?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the thing we're really excited about when it comes to the European football is that for the first time, every single Europa League match, remember there are 24 on a match day every Friday morning in Australia. That's a lot, and no one can keep up with it, but we're broadcasting all 24 in addition to every Champions League match. So the optionality, I suppose, that viewers have now is something that we're really excited about, being football fans ourselves, let alone the fact that we're actually working on the broadcast. So, you know, there are a lot of teams that you might not have seen on Australian TV before that are now open to viewers to watch. I mean, obviously Arsenal and Chelsea, Celtic, Rangers, Milan, very well supported in the Europa League, but, you know, opening the whole competition up to viewers is what we're really excited about as well.
I guess the joy as well is that obviously we get a fairly late time here in Australia for some of these games, but you obviously offer the opportunity to go back and watch it in the morning. You can watch the full game, you can watch a mini highlights package, you can just watch the goals. It's complete coverage.
Yeah, exactly, and I think a lot of that comes from the fact that our time zone here is, let's face it, it's not ideal for European football. We have to put up with things that people in the rest of the world wouldn't even dream about in terms of when we have to watch games. But at the end of the day, not everyone will wake up and watch Arsenal play at 5 a.m. in the Europa League if they're not going well in the league, or it's just Arsenal, so you don't want to do it. But, you know, I think being able to wake up a couple of hours later, watch it on demand. Those competitions have every game on demand. The mini matches have been popular as well, and that's something next Premier League season we'll do with every single game. At the moment we're not able to, but we will next year. So, you know, the best thing about where things are going digitally now is that people want options in terms of how they watch it. Sometimes watching a game at 3 a.m. just is impossible. So, you know, if we can provide the options in the way we're broadcasting, we'll continue to do that.
Richard, we've heard a little bit from DK. He's an Arsenal fan, but is there anybody in the Champions League that maybe you support and you're looking forward to watching this season?
It's a good question. I have a bit of a soft spot for Bayern Munich. I don't really know why. I just like... I like what they've done as a club. I think it's never good to see a team dominate a league, but they've done that well. They're just such a good club. My favourite club was last in the Champions League in 2001, which was Leeds, and they're not going to be there anytime soon. So
doing all right.
I wouldn't, bro. I would say Bielsa. What is it, Bielsa?
Bielsa.
Bielsa ball. Yep. Sorry about that, everybody. Yeah, no, he's got you firing. I'll be honest with you.
I think it had. If we'd have spoken before they lost 2-1 to Birmingham at the weekend, I might have been there with you. But
okay, maybe apart from that one.
It's a good start to the season.
It's a good start. Anyway,
it's very Leeds-like though. Like, I'm a Fulham fan, so I've seen kind of at the start of the past few championship seasons. Leeds starting strong and then falling off, and yeah, it's going to be tough.
The championship, and every time I play FIFA, it's the championship for obvious reasons, but it's the worst league in the world and it's the best. It's the most competitive, but if your team is in it, it's 100% the worst.
I'm a Newcastle fan, so we went down 2 years ago, and it's not even the first time really that we went down in recent years, unfortunately. But I mean, it's just very physical, and I don't know. It's definitely no Champions League. We'll just put it that way anyway. But mate, thank you so much for being with us. Before we let you go, I know we were pretty much already asked you who you think are maybe some of the favourites, but I just want an out-and-out answer from you. Who's winning the Champions League this season?
I know it's very easy to say, but I think Real Madrid. I think the story for them, obviously winning 4 in a row would be ridiculous, and no one thinks they can because they've lost this guy behind us in Ronaldo, but also Zinedine Zidane's not their manager anymore. But I think they've got enough, and they were excellent against Roma, so I'll go Real.
All right then. Cheers, Richard. Thank you so much for joining us, mate. We appreciate it. Of course, the Champions League talk won't end just there yet, because we are, of course, going to talk about now the fact that it has been integrated into FIFA 19 and the fact that it's available in so many different game modes, career mode, ultimate team. Guys, I just basically want to get your thoughts on Champions League now being in FIFA 19, what you're most looking forward or how you're really excited to see it implemented into the game this year.
Well, I mean, definitely as a career mode, it's added to the authenticity of the game. We're going to get that more realism, that more experience, maybe coming up through the Europa League as well, all that branding, and it's just going to give you a full immersion into FIFA 19.
Yeah, well, I mean, personally, I'm really excited about what it brings to Ultimate Team this year. You've seen already some of the new cards that have come out following match day 1. You've got your Robertsons coming out and all those sorts of cards. And then squad builder challenges as well. I'm a big squad builder challenges man. Really excited to see what we can do and what sort of rewards we're going to be able to get from those challenges.
Yeah, and Kiki, it's really going to bring like a new audience into FIFA now with the addition of the Champions League, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully a new player base, like introduce more people to FIFA as well, and it gives like the players who are already playing something new to look forward to as well.
Absolutely. And again, it's not just the fact that it is the Champions League, it's the Europa League, it's the Super Cup. Again, there's just so many different avenues and so many different... I love the fact that in kickoff, and we will be talking about kickoff in a second, that you can actually go in and play the Champions League final yet again. So normally you just sort of pick 2 clubs, you know, you just sort of just play in whatever the home stadium is, and then that's pretty much that. But now you can go in and play pretty much any cup final as well, but a Champions League final. I wonder if I'm ever going to get mates around and we're going to like get suited up and stuff. If we're going to do the walkout to the anthem before we play a game or something, I don't know.
Theme going on in the background.
I can see you doing it.
You could. I will 100% get that sorted in sometime in the future for sure.
Upcoming content.
Hey,
that's a good series idea.
It's a potential YouTube video, yeah, for sure. I mean, I really wanted to sort of suit up for like a champ. I tell you what, if I make the Champions League final in a career mode coming soon, then I will. I promise you now, I'm saying it right here, I'm going to suit up for it.
Who are you doing at the moment?
I am currently doing Wolverhampton Wanderers, Jared. Thank you for asking. If you want to go check out my YouTube channel. Who have you got going? Are we literally all just going to shout out our YouTube channels? Come on. Dump it now.
I've already won the Champions League twice.
Well,
Arsenal and Barcelona.
Okay, I also did.
First week.
I did do a Juventus career mode with, thankfully, the help of this man, and did win the Champions League as well. But either way,
I'll leave the bragging to you guys because I actually haven't started a series this
You're about to get
I'm waiting
started.
for tonight's launch to get involved.
Terrific. Again, like we were talking about, of course, you can play the Champions League final in kickoff, but there are a bunch of new changes to kickoff this year. Here's a look at it.
For the players.
So kickoff this year again has made a little bit of a change, a little face-up or whatever, but it's definitely going to look fantastic. Gameplay this year has really gone leaps and bounds, and I'm very, very impressed with how it's really been able to transform from the previous FIFA installment as well. And now we're actually going to get to see our first bit of FIFA gameplay. We have, of course, like we said, got the two E-League boys in the house, Marco HD. Again, I've got to start calling him by his new name, Footwiz Marco. Of course, he'll be joined by Marcus Gomes as well from Melbourne City. So those two, again, two of the best that were in the E-League last season, and they are going to go at it in the first game. Again, it won't be the only game that they play today, but I'm really, really looking forward to seeing how they're going to do.
I'm excited to see how they go head-to-head, but also how they go handling the new game mechanics. Of course, it's changed a lot this year, but I'm excited to see how they've adapted in these early stages. Of course, the game coming out in a few hours' time, they haven't had too much experience with FIFA 19 yet, so that's going to play a big role in their game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like, the fact that the game has only, or potentially you could have picked it up on EA Access and they may have had a little hands-on with it, but they're still very much adapting to the game. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to deal with some of the new mechanics and the new innovations that they've made to gameplay, like, for example, the time shooting and the fact that pace has maybe become a little less apparent. Your players off the ball will chase you down and really close you down quite quickly. And like I said, time shooting as well as another one, active touch, and a whole bunch of different new mechanics.
The tactics as well, the brand new tactics. It's going to be interesting to see how they do about that. But this year's a little bit different in terms of, it's all about composure, I feel like, this year. A very slow brand of FIFA, and it's a lot, you have to think a lot more to really outsmart your opponent, and it's better football brains, in my opinion. If you have a good football brain, you're going to be very good at FIFA 19.
Yeah, the build-up is absolutely crucial to FIFA 19 gameplay this year, and I think it's really going to sort of it's still a very fun game to play, and volleys and bloody bicycle kicks and scissor kicks, I swear, I've scored so many of them, so it's a very fun game to play, but there's definitely quite a bit of a skill gap there as well, so if we're talking about two competitive boys, that's going to really make things quite interesting as well.
It's going to be fascinating.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, and I think hopefully we're not too far off from setting up, and maybe we can get this game going in not too long. Let's get it going.
All right, so here we go. We have, I believe it's Manchester City versus Juventus. I would say Marco is playing as Juventus and Marcus is playing as Manchester City, given their affiliations. Of course, Marco is a diehard Juve fan, so I'm sure he's looking forward to seeing how he goes. And then Marcus, a Melbourne City representative. Of course, they are a sister club with Manchester City, so of course they got their alliances in there. But it's a perfect start there. Marcus, 3 minutes into it, Leroy Sané, one of the best players I've personally used in FIFA 19 so far, breaking this one out nice and early. And they said, we heard people saying that finishing this year is quite difficult, but quite clearly there, Marcus is not phased.
One shot, one goal, what a start. 4 minutes in, Leroy Sané, one of the best young players in the world, and we will assume that, yes, it is Marcus that just took the lead there and they haven't pulled a fast one on us. And they weren't talking in the back room, in the green room like, oh, how about you play as Juventus and I play as Melbourne City and we'll just pull a fast one on him. But I tell you what, Leroy Sané, speaking of a fast one, he is away. He's going to send through Sergio Aguero. Doesn't exactly have much to go to. Again, crossing, if you can get it right, it's really quite handy. That is amazing ball control, the skills. Can he go the whole way? Aguero still got it, and eventually Szczesny just has to collect it.
This is a fantastic start to the game from Marcus. I mean, we couldn't pick who we thought was going to win this game, really, and obviously we still can't. It's so early in the game, but the fact that it's been such a strong start for Marcus is really surprising. And then again, they can't get down the line. Walker, a big tackle, the highest rated right back in the Premier League this year, 84 rated, so he's going to be a go-to player for a lot of foot players this year. But Kevin De Bruyne going for the outside of the boot shot there, but unsuccessful.
Little deflection. Szczesny's able to collect it. It just pretty much rolled to him after the deflection. And now a little spell of possession for Juventus and for Marco Footwiz. Marco, I swear, he's got to try to hang on to the ball again. We spoke about how important build-up is this year. You can't exactly just bomb down the wings. It is still possible. You can still get him that way, but you've really got to try to get him behind their back line like maybe Diego or Douglas Costa has here, but just in an offside position.
Betty wishes he's playing no rules at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, well, they will be playing. Don't worry. They are probably going to end up playing no rules at some point later on in the stream if you want to tune in for that. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Maybe they might even have a game at survival. It just will end up seeing 5 players on the pitch and the shenanigans that get on with that as well.
Mate, people have been asking for 5-a-side. They might get it here. This is the way to adapt. But it is going to be Marcus making a run down the line. Alexandra, though, again, another player that I expect a lot of foot users to have in their squads, or at least want to have in their squads. I can imagine he's going to be quite pricey on the game this year in terms of coins, but a great opportunity now for Marco to potentially get an equaliser just outside the box. One-man wall being set up here from Marcus. They're going to send it in. Costa trying to get Ronaldo on the edge of it. Hits the crossbar. Cleared away. Almost there it is. Marcus getting some clear space, but very close there. The man on the cover, Ronaldo, almost equalising.
That's what he's got to do, Marco. He's got to get Ronaldo into the game, and He won the free kick. He nearly converted just off the crossbar. They've come close, and Cuadrado, he started to get a little bit of control now in this game. And again, it just gets away from him for a goal kick coming off of his shins and then goes straight back to Marcus again. We'll see what he can do if he wants to play it short or if Marco is on the hunt looking to potentially pick it off.
Marco really adapting in the last few moments. He had a rocky start, but now he's starting to get the hang of things here, I guess. Of course, hasn't had too much hands-on experience. I'm really excited. Like, obviously, this is day one of FIFA 19. I'm excited to see what sort of gameplay and what sort of performances we're seeing from these pro players come day 200 or so, like for an example, come April next year. How are they performing? That's going to be very interesting.
It will be fantastic. Obviously, they're going to make leaps and bounds and take strides when it comes to their ability with the game this year. Again, the learning curve of every single FIFA. Some are a little bigger than others. I would like to think that this is a relatively, maybe not simple, but definitely going to have to take your time to be able to get used to it. But I tell you what, these boys are really starting to move the ball a hell of a lot quicker than they were at the beginning of the game already. And I tell you what, Marco has really gotten into this one now.
Marco's been taking his time as well, not forcing anything there. He picks off a good ball to Dybala. Look at the skills. Ronaldo. And that is going to be 1-1. He hit the crossbar with Ronaldo earlier, and now he has equalised. But Jake, how good were the skills there from Paulo Dybala?
That is silky from the Argentinian to set up Ronaldo, who all he had to do was spin around, get the shot off, hits the side netting, 1-1 just like that. Marcus starts off like a house on fire, but Marco's definitely found himself back into the game. I wonder if the momentum's going to switch again with the goal.
Is Paulo Dybala a 5-star skiller this year? Or is he 4?
I think he's only 4. Okay. I'm pretty confident that Douglas Costa is a 5-star skiller. Yeah. I should know this. I did do the Juventus career right out loud, but no, I believe Dybala is only a 4. As Costa finds Dybala again. The step overs into company. Nearly gets it back though. Khedira there, but he can't quite pick it off, and here comes a big counter-attack.
Interested to see how Marcus handles the counter-attack. Is he going to push a pass, or is he going to try to be calm about it, maybe go back? But ultimately he panics, can't choose either option. De Bruyne dispossessed. Oof. And that's a foul in the midfield there. We're not playing no rules, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be a free kick, but Marco taking his time, not forcing anything, doesn't want to give away possession in this area of the field because that could give Marcus and Man City a great opportunity to reclaim the lead with less than 10 minutes to go till half-time now.
Yeah, we are running out of time, and I was going to say that no rules joke until you took it off. So cheers for that, Jared.
Great minds think alike.
Anyway, yes, it's a deflection that's really gone into a dangerous area, but it's still going to end back up with Marcus, and oh, sheesh, that's another pretty big slide tackle, and he's gone through the back of him there. It won't be a card, Chiellini just getting away with that one maybe, but still yet to see a card produced as of yet, but the slide tackles are now starting to come out, Jared.
Interested to see how they handle the final few minutes before half-time here. Of course, a nice addition to FIFA 19 this year, which you will see, and I would recommend you guys keep an eye out on it, is at the score clock, instead of last year where it was 45, let's say 2 minutes of stoppage time, as there's an opportunity here for City. We'll get back to the point in a second. All right, so last year, if there was 2 minutes of stoppage time, it would say 45 plus 2, and you'd just be kind of guessing when it was going to be half-time. This year, it goes through 45, 46, 47. It's a really good indicator to see how panicked, I guess, you have to be when you're making a last-ditch attempt or if you're trying to stop a last-ditch attempt. So a big improvement there. It's the small things that I'm really liking this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it relieves an awful lot of stress toward the end of the game when you feel like, geez, how long is this stoppage time been going on for? But Marcus is knocking on the door here. He's coming very close as Marco just kicks it straight out with his goalkeeper in Chesney here. Still a little bit of time. And again, like Jared said, take a look at the clock as it's ticking down. We maybe might. It's a block. They'll probably get one last corner here, Manchester City, and then that will do the first half. We're also going to be able to hear from the boys as De Bruyne kicks it. Not exactly sure what the tactics were there. De Bruyne still got it though.
It's worked
we
out.
are nearly over 2 minutes, and that's going to be that. Pjanic gets it right back again. And we are eventually going to throw it up to Marco and Marcus just to get a little bit of a word from them on how they think the first half's gone. I think it was very much Marcus started off like a house on fire and then scored. As soon as he got that goal, Marco came into the game, scored, and then Marcus took the control of the game straight back again.
It was periods of domination, really. It wasn't back and forth, wasn't counter-attacking. It was just one player dominated for so long, another dominated for another 10, 15 minutes. But it'll be interesting to see how they go in the second half.
Yeah, good solid play so far. So we'll throw it up to DK and Kiki, and we'll get a word from the boys right now.
All right, guys, I'm up here with Marco, Marcus, and of course, DK. Marco, 1-1. How do you feel you went the first half?
Well, at the very start, copped an early goal, but then sort of came back into the game, evened it up, and evened out the possession a little bit and got back into it.
Nice. JK?
Right, Marcus, so 1-1. You've controlled the possession. You sort of got off to a bit of a fly, but you've been under the pump. Got some plans here for the second half to take the game?
Yeah, it was a good start, but I think that left-hand side of Douglas Costa and Dybala's has caused me issues, so I'm going to have to work something out and hopefully bring it back.
All right, boys, are we ready to get in the second half? Let's do this.
Thank you very much for that one, DK.
We're going to get into the second half now. Interesting to see how the players perform coming out, the two competitors. Some wise words at half-time, but what are you predicting for the next 45 minutes, Jake?
Well, these boys definitely did not play a game in the warm-up before we went live here, and Marcus definitely did not end up winning that game. I will not say out of respect for Marco what the scoreline was.
It was bad.
Oh, come on, man. It's not that bad.
I'd be embarrassed.
Oh, shit. He's right upstairs. He's going to come down and whack you across the head if you're not.
That's fine. Marco loves me.
But I think Marco's definitely going to want to get a little bit of revenge here. But you'll see, not even a chuckle, not even a smile. He is dead set focused right now, and that's what you need to be in order to play FIFA 19 gameplay.
He's got foot with his damn watching right now. He's got to
impress.
Show him why he signed him. But it is Marcus starting the second half off strong here. Raheem Sterling up against Giorgio Chiellini, going back to Walker. Fernandinho, who is another player that a lot of people are enjoying using so far in some starter Premier League squads. But Leroy Sané, the goal scorer, going through. Aguero.
Oh my goodness.
Of the post into the hands of Wojciech Szczesny. Marcus, unlucky not to be in front now.
Off both posts. You are just, it's not your day when that's happening. I mean, he's played so well in the build-up to that. I mean, he lowered his eyes, brilliant composure, saw the man open there, and it is about as close as you can get without actually it ending up in the back of the net. It's so brutal, but he's still got the ball back yet again here. Aguero goes back to Otamendi, who's pushed quite a fair way up here, the centre-back as well, but Mendy on the left-hand side, once again, playing it back, taking his time with it, just going to whoever's open, not looking to rush anything, and at the moment, he's really having to work quite hard to find a player open to continue the attack here as well.
He's retaining possession, though, which is the most important thing, being smart, not risking anything, which is going to help him out in the long run, in my opinion. Marco defending quite nicely. Brought some players back here, only got one man up front there. But it is a poor pass there. Winning possession back, which is quite fortunate for Marcus. So we're going to continue the play again. Sané holding the ball up nicely and a questionable decision there to pass it.
Yeah, sometimes things just happen so quickly in the game and maybe you might end up doing something that you regret. At the time, maybe it was that is the right option, but he brilliantly got past Leroy Sané. I'm almost wondering if he actually expected to. Or with Leroy Sané, he got past his defender. I almost wonder if he actually expected to get by the defender or if he passed in panic or something. But either way, he came very, very close there, and he's working, as is Marco, in some very tight areas. Nearly picked off there, but Dybala gets it. Had the shot with Fernandinho, or I believe it was Dybala, yes, that was ended up getting blocked by Fernandinho, and now Raheem Sterling down the right-hand side. Looked to backtrack, but still couldn't find anyone open, and now he maybe will look to work it in through the middle.
I thought he was going to go on a counter-attack there with Raheem Sterling, but a safe option to pass it back, and now he's coming through. Mendy going there to Aguero. Benjamin Mendy looking for some options, pushing up quite high here, and we see Aguero
here we go.
Open through. De Bruyne maybe making a run to the back post. The skills going
again.
Back. It's still on. De Bruyne. These goals you will see. What a start to FIFA 19. 2-1 in Man City's favour.
Oh my goodness, I was thinking that entire passage was brilliant, and then he'd just maybe make a pass or a move. I'm like, oh, what are you doing? And I thought for sure he would have lost possession like 2 or 3 times in that move, but just the silky skill moves of the Manchester City players and Aguero, brilliant, absolutely fantastic finish. 2-1, and now just a little under half an hour left to go, but as we learned from the first game, it's very much whoever scores then loses the momentum, and again, Marco going on an attack. He's won himself a corner here, potentially.
Murray's coming on here for Leroy Sané, the goal scorer. First goal scorer for Marcus coming off. Cuadrado coming off as well for Juve. But it is going to be a corner going to the near post. Fernandinho crowding the area.
I just wonder if that near post cross from the corner is as effective as it was in FIFA 19. But I tell you what, Dybala, that was actually on target, but
good save
was made. Good
save
one
with
indeed.
the knees.
Yeah, no, he did what he had to do, mate. That's good goalkeeping.
A big gameplay feature as well. I was talking to Zaro, one of the community developers, the community managers over in Berlin. As we have a counter-attack here, I'll get back to that point in a second, offside. So Zaro was telling me that if you have a one-on-one to stop, if you push down on the right stick, you can actually choose to position your goalkeeper, a new feature. So if you see them coming towards the near post, you can actually push down the right stick, move it towards the near post, and it helps stop those near post opportunities. And the same thing on corners as well. You can move your goalkeeper closer to the front post, the back post, wherever you would like. But It is Juve trying to get through here, but it all breaks down.
Marcus on, I think, 2 occasions there came very close to bringing down a player in the box there as well. So amazing that he nearly conceded the penalty there. But Marco's still at the moment 2-1 down, and a slight tackle just going off his feet there, but they still were able to get the ball back here. Juventus and Marco HD continuing it. He's got 15 minutes to try to find a way through. Dybala can't get past Vincent Kompany, just bullies him off the ball.
Got to be safe there, clearing it as well. But Marco continuing to push for that equaliser. Maybe we're going to see some extra time here in the first game of FIFA 19. I would love to see a penalty shootout, to be honest.
I would love to. Hopefully at some point in the stream we get it. And just an interesting story that I may as well bring up. It's a very, very close, very tight game. Like you can see now, Marco is the one on the ball. He's starting to control the tempo of the game and maybe might get the chance to Dybala. Bernardeschi, does he get the chance there? It's a strike from Costa that just goes wide. But again, the momentum and the control of the game is very much with him right now. He could very well pull it back, but it's the PS4 player right now in Marco throughout the E-League that's actually down to the Xbox player. This is the matchup that we wanted, and it's definitely it's living up to expectation.
A lot of these pro players are quite versatile though, and I'm sure if we're on other consoles it would be similar scoreline, but this has been a great game so far. End-to-end action. We haven't been starved for opportunities.
I wish I could say the same about my versatility on separate consoles. I think it's all good though. With a couple of minutes left to go until stoppage time, Mahrez, and you can even maybe just hold the ball up this end and really try to be nice and careful with it. It's opening up the middle here. Fernandinho can hit him, but he decides to go to Jesus, and Jesus with a bit of a fancy pass that ends up getting picked off, and here comes another counter-attack. 5 minutes left to go for Marco.
It's on here for Marco. If he can find the opportunity, he holds it up with Ronaldo, who has great strength again this year. Obviously, an absolute ox of a player. Interested to see how he performs this year. Always been a go-to player for a lot of the pro players and people alike that can actually afford him on Ultimate Team. Interesting to see how he plays this year. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of Ultimate Team players rocking with some more Serie A squads this year instead of your classic La Ligas. A few more Serie A players in there. Dybala might be put in there a fair bit. Been a great player, but Marcus, it's looking pretty good for him at the moment. He's got the free kick. 2 minutes to go in regular time. A little bit of stoppage time coming up, but I couldn't imagine too much.
I think if Marcus just plays it nice and safe here, he will have this in the bag as we are about to tick over into stoppage time. How much is it going to be? It's only 2 minutes, maybe not too surprising with the fact that it was just the 1 goal today. Mahrez, Gundogan, could he maybe seal it? De Bruyne, shot brought down, but it's going to be a foul just outside the box. If he can curl this into the top bins, I feel like no matter what happens from here, he's surely got the win wrapped up now.
Got to be with De Bruyne. They're not setting a wall.
Wow.
Interesting stuff.
They're not going with the wall. Can he actually go for it? Or
is this a new feature this year?
I think Juventus are like, we've already lost.
They're going down the tunnel.
I'm just wondering if he can get the shot off or not. De Bruyne's really thinking about this one, isn't he?
De Bruyne, he's pondering it a lot.
Am I going for the top right or the top left? I've got so many options.
Surely he's got to have it in the bottom left-hand corner.
Maybe you can go for like the little, what is it, the Ronaldo, or what is it?
The Rabona?
The Rabona, that's what I'm thinking. But
Rabona?
I feel like the game is basically just about wrapped up.
Yeah.
I think we assumed that Marcus was going to win that one regardless. I tell you what, I would have loved to see him smash
I would have
it
loved
top
to see
bins.
that free kick.
I think the keeper would have had it covered.
Yeah.
I think they were just trying to really test is it? Oh, he had Szczesny in there. It wasn't Perrin. But still, regardless of everything that we saw throughout that game, I think, it just was almost the exact same story that we saw in the first half. It was Marcus dominating from the outset, getting the lead, Marco taking control and then scoring, Marcus again. And it just felt like it was that throughout the entire game. Whoever scored, the other player would then get back to the control.
Yeah, nobody really had the upper hand in that game, back and forth, as you said. And like we said at half-time, little periods of domination, 10 minutes here for Marco, 10 minutes for Marcus. And in the end, 2-1 result. I really think it should have been a draw that game, but fair play to Marcus, made the most of his opportunities.
Who knows, if we saw that free kick get taken, it probably would have smashed off the crossbar, ended up in the other half, and Marco would have
Ronaldo from halfway.
Absolutely, yes. I mean, have you ever seen the movie Goal 2?
I have.
Or Goal 2, you know how it smashes off the bar and it goes all the way out? And
don't insult me, of course I've seen Goal 2. What a classic.
Have you seen Goal 3?
Unfortunately,
we won't talk about Goal 3. We won't talk about Goal 3. But anyway, we have been asking you, all of you, for your questions throughout the entirety of the stream on, of course, hashtag FIFA19AU and FootAU. Don't forget to hashtag it, Spencer FC. I hope you're watching. And the first question that we've got coming in is from Blood Barricades on Twitter, who says, which Australian player is most worth using in your Ultimate Team squads? This is a bit of an interesting question, because we've got a couple of young sparklets coming up. Like we've got Jamie McLaren, who's absolutely killing it at Hibs right now, and then of course Daniel Arzani, who is also in the Scottish League as well, and hopefully we'll get to see him in the first team very, very soon. But
yeah, it depends really what league you want to go with. I'm sure a popular Ultimate Team squad for a lot of players would be Premier League. That's fairly standard. You've got Aaron Moy, you've got Matty Ryan to work with. Aaron Moy's a good shout. He's in form last year in FIFA 18, was an incredible card. I had him in my squad with the likes of Pogba, De Gea, all these players for the whole year round. So Aaron Moy, for me personally, former Wanderers player as well. So I've got a lot of love for Aaron.
I signed
the
Aaron.
Moys.
I've signed the boys.
Yeah, the Moys.
I've signed Aaron Moy several times in a couple of career modes as well, so he's a special place in my heart as well. But I'll tell you what, we'll throw it up to Marcus and Marco, and of course DK and Kiki, to see basically what they thought of that game, and of course they will be playing each other again. But let's get their thoughts on that last one.
All right, guys, I'm up here joined by the players again. Full time is up. Marco, a regretful loss. Were there any features, I wanted to ask, is there any features in FIFA 19 that you think differ from 18 that you might still be learning or?
Yeah, still trying to come to grips with the game and how to defend properly and how to attack efficiently.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus made the most of his chances, but I felt probably deserved the draw.
Yeah, me too.
Well done, Marcus. You've got your first win under the belt, 2-1. How do you feel that the gameplay went for you today?
I felt like it was a really tight game. I can see by the stats it was pretty much even. I just made most of my chances, especially with a bit of magic with the Bruyne, but besides that it was even, and yeah, I'm liking the game a lot.
All right, that's good. Well, we've got some more games coming up for you between these two lads, who Marco might get some vengeance a little bit later, but we'll just go and join Jake and Jared down on the front desk.
Thank you very much for that one, DK. Again, just going back to that question that was asked by Blood Barricades as well, that which Australian player would you like in your Ultimate Team squad? It's a very, very good question, but we just want to say, first off, again, it was a fantastic question, and courtesy of our friends at Sony Australia, we are actually going to be giving you a FIFA, or should I say, a PlayStation 4 FIFA 19 bundle. So that is yours, ladies and gentlemen, or that is yours, my friend. EA Australia will be getting in touch with you about your gift as well, so congratulations. And I tell you what, we've it's been very cool. You know, I've been a part of, obviously, the fact that I'm the Foot United captain for Australia as well. I've been able to do a bunch of awesome stuff, and I've been actually able to send away some pretty cool stuff as well. But it's been a really awesome time for me, and here's just a little snippet of how it's all been going over across the last couple of months. Yeah, Foot United's been an amazing experience, being able to be the captain and being able to do a bunch of awesome stuff, like being able to give away a bunch of prizes. So far, I've been able to give away some pretty nice awards. Like, for example, we've been giving away a bunch of copies of FIFA 19. I was able to give away a signed Cristiano Ronaldo Portugal jersey. That is amazing. I've even given away trips to like Dubai and stuff like that. And there's actually a giveaway going on right now with Foot United. We are currently giving away a double pass to a Champions League game. So if that's something that you're interested in getting, and I really do not know anyone that would be watching this stream.
That's a crazy gift.
That is not interested.
I'm jealous. How can I answer?
I know. I mean, I can't lie if I said, man, can I enter this competition? Like, can I pick myself?
Can you go with them?
Yeah, no, unfortunately.
The host with the most.
I think that may potentially be against terms of service. I think, but unfortunately I couldn't enter. But yeah, no, some amazing giveaways we've been able to do. And on a more personal note, I've been able to get to travel and get to doing a bunch of amazing experiences. Like you saw in that little hype reel, that little video was, I was playing with some of the Chelsea boys. I was playing with Ole Ina, and we teamed up. And look, I'm not going to say anything bad about Ole Ina, okay, because he was a top lad. but it's a little concerning when you're a defender and you can't defend in FIFA. I'll just be completely honest. No, he was a great lad, but it didn't go too well for us. I hate how basically every single clip of me in that little video is me losing to other Chelsea players as well. But
That's
no,
normal, isn't it?
Oh, come on, mate, let's go. What, me playing Chelsea players on the regular? No, it's an amazing experience being able to be a part of Foot United as well. And of course, getting to travel, I was able to go to EA Play, which was fantastic as well. I was actually able to go to Gamescom, which a few of us were there. I believe Kiki, DK, Jared. What were you up to during Gamescom, mate?
I was too busy just making videos, embracing the grind.
Putting the grind in, yeah, that's right. Although you were at Berlin. We were all in the Berlin capture event. We were all packing players and having an amazing time. Yep, I banged out so many videos as well. I did so well. I put the graft in. How many? You put out like 3 or 4?
Yeah, just the 3.
Yeah, he really takes care with his videos. You know, you put the art into it.
You've got to network. You've got to help everybody. I'm a community man.
No, I got you. No, it's been fantastic, and of course, being one of the highlights I reckon of the entire time was when we were doing Ultimate Team packs and we were seeing all the players come through. We saw some amazing players get packed, and of course. Speaking of Ultimate Team and players, we of course get to one of the main talking points every single time a new FIFA comes out, and that is of course the player ratings. Now, we'll talk a little bit about that in a second, but for now, let's just see what the players think about their ratings, and I think some of them aren't super happy.
Che como rating non è 100?
Certo che penso che le mie valutazioni quest'anno hanno migliorato.
C'est le moment tant attendu de l'année.
Breaking news, Kevin De Bruyne is about to release a statement on the FIFA 19 ratings.
We as players have had enough. The ratings that have been given to us over the past few seasons cannot continue. We urge people around the world to come together as the FIFA 19 ratings are being decided. We will not be answering any more questions at this time. Thank you.
The FIFA 19 ratings just got even more interesting.
Tu não andas a ver o que eu estou a fazer, ok?
Giroud, not Chelsea into the lead.
It's basically a disgrace to give me a 53.
I would have been happy about my ratings when I was about 12.
I'm better than this.
C'est tout. Alors je suis bien plus rapide qu'Obama. Regarde à quelle vitesse je me barre.
Offensichtlich sind nicht alle Spieler mit den Werten einverstanden.
Gefühlt ist 71. Das ist doch ein Witz.
No, si marcas un gol así, te suben la valoración en el campo.
So, of course, the players are pushing for higher ratings, obviously.
Give me 89.
I'm not holding that.
Again?
Olha lá, muda mais é para 100, vá.
Some people think EA Sports have got it spot on. What do you think?
I think last year EA Sports got Raheem Sterling's FIFA ratings, right?
Excuse me, mate, can you turn that up for me, please?
But now he's added goals to his game. He's got to get a higher number in FIFA 19, surely.
Personally, I think EA Sports have got a lot of the ratings right, but I know not everyone agrees.
If Loftus-Cheek wants a higher rating, he has to have that more defence.
That is ridiculous.
Kevin De Bruyne. Physicality, I mean, to be fair, that's probably bang on the money.
If you don't do it on the pitch, you don't get the rating. Simple.
La gente no para de hablar de las valoraciones del FIFA 19.
Siempre mejoramos muy poco.
Déjalo, ya está. Because indignante. My message to the players is go out there and show EA Sports you're better than the ratings you got last year.
You're completely right about that.
Muss ein Tor schießen, dann wird dein FIFA-Rating ein bisschen besser. Ja klar. Spiel du weniger Bälle zum Gegner, dann wird dein Passrating ein bisschen besser.
Players are going to extraordinary lengths this year in search of a ratings boost.
Come on, add me +5. Come on, 87. Give him an 88, 89 at least.
I'd like to place an advert, please. My name, Raheem Sterling.
Everyone's got an opinion on this, so get involved and use the hashtag FIFA ratings.
For the players.
Yeah, of course, always a major talking point, the player ratings, and I feel like EA's probably nailed quite a fair few of them, but in my honest opinion, and I think in the opinion of everyone on this panel, that maybe they might have dropped the ball on 1 or 2. I think for me, you've got to go with, for me it's Mo Salah. I'm not even really a Liverpool fan, but 88 rated when he's nominated for a Ballon d'Or, nearly won the Champions League, he scored an insane amount of goals last season. I thought, we basically established him at this point as like a top maybe not top 5, maybe, depends, maybe not so much this season, but at least top 10 for sure. And I feel like if you're in the top 10, you've got to be 90 rated.
Can you give him 90 after one season of production?
I know that that's maybe the one thing that's against him, the fact that he's only been able to play at that level for one season.
You've got to earn that 90.
I felt like
consistency and all.
Bro, you did plenty last season.
You've got to build. You can't just be handing out 90s to this guy and that guy.
I'll take your money.
If he won the champion, thank you, Jared, for my corner as well. If he won the Champions League, is he 90 rated?
No.
He's not?
No.
89 rated? Maybe.
We'll see.
What if he banged a hat-trick and he wasn't brought down by Sergio Ramos?
No, one season. I want to see consistency. You've got to earn that 90.
Okay. So I'm standing by it. I feel like he should have been 90 rated.
If he can crush it this year, then maybe in FIFA 20 he should be 90.
Okay. But no, I love that trailer that we were playing too, by the way. I like
that Diego Costa part.
That is the funniest bit of that entire trailer.
+5 pace cards.
I feel like Daniel Sturridge needs some of those cards as well. I don't know if he's gotten another pace downgrade this year, but he wasn't happy last year about his
79 to 76.
The bloke comes out, he's like, oh, you got 79 pace. 79 pace, what are you talking about? And he's like, oh, sorry, 76. And the look on his face,
white as a ghost.
It's bad. It's too funny. But what about, we'll go along the table, like DK.
Well, I mean, we just seen that Lacazette is an 85, but did you see the banger of a goal he scored last night? That finesse from the corner of the box. I mean, surely that's worth
this
an 86.
This guy's saying that Mohamed Salah deserves to be 88, but is complaining about Lacazette.
What does Lacazette... If Lacazette being
86, just improve that shooting
a little bit.
Yeah, just a touch.
The Arsenal bias.
I was about to say, if you're going to get Alexander Lacazette, and I love Lacazette too, because all the people that are watching that are fans of mine that know I signed him in like 5-6 different career modes. I love the guy. Bro, if you put him even within one of Mo Salah,
I'd take him over Mo Salah in any team.
Wow. I can't.
Hands down.
I can't look at you, mate. Jared, come on. Who else is... Sorry, I feel like I was a bit mean. No, Jared, all right, I'll tell you what. So Lacazette should be 86. I'm sticking by my Mo Salah saying that he should be 90. And I know you probably agree with me, but anybody else that you think as well?
See, I'm more worried about a certain player's individual stat rather than an overall, and that's Arturo Vidal. He's gone from a 75 to a 57 in pace. That is ridiculous.
What?
What a downgrade, yeah.
Did he break his leg?
No, I don't know. Even if he broke his leg, that doesn't justify a 17 pace.
He'd certainly be slow.
Hang.
That is terrible.
What was his speed rating last year?
75.
And now he's
57. Yeah.
I was watching. I swear I was watching a little bit of him play at Barcelona last night. 50, or was he playing last night? I don't know, but either way, like I've seen him. Yeah, PSV. No, not against PSV. They were playing at La Liga.
Okay.
Yeah, no, but I've seen him play this 57 pace.
Yeah,
he's been done dirty.
It's always going to be subjective. Player ratings are always going to be subjective. People are always going to have their favourites, their biases.
How old is Arturo Vidal now?
I think just 30 or 31.
Is it? I thought he was in his 30s for like.
Okay, maybe he might be. I haven't checked for a while.
I mean, we know that obviously the older you get, then you're going to get wind down your pace, unless you're. This is winding the clock back, but Di Natale. No, Di Natale, no, sorry. Was it Di Natale that was
from Udinese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
And he was getting upgraded at like 36 years old.
I remember. He's like 88 pace at like 33 or something. It was like amazing, yeah. But Kiki as well, like the top guys right now are Messi, 94, Ronaldo, 94. Do you feel like they probably deserve to be on even pegging? Or would you maybe say like Messi or Ronaldo in another?
Look, I'm always going to favour Ronaldo, but I don't know. Again, it's just subjective. It's always just going to be biased.
Is Ronaldo just a slightly more favourite of a player compared to Messi?
Yeah. I really want to pack him this year. It's just iconic. I mean, not that Messi's not, but
yeah, I know. I feel like
name,
we have been blessed with a few people packing Ronaldo. Obviously, when we were at the capture event in Berlin, and I think the man just above us as well. Marcus Gomes packed Ronaldo on his stream as well. That was amazing.
That was incredible. Last night?
Yeah, last night.
Did you see his mum's reaction?
Yeah, that was funny. That was hilarious.
He didn't care.
His brother runs in and he's like, "Oh my God, you got Ronaldo." His mum just walks in and is like, "What is
going on?
What is going on?" Dylan's going on about like, "No, you have no idea. He just packed the best player ever." I got very triggered by that comment as well, being a bit of a Messi. I mean, everyone thinks I'm a Messi fanboy, but
is that true? Put the rumours to bed.
A little bit, but no. I prefer Messi over Ronaldo. Not to say that Ronaldo's not like a bad player, because that's what some people think. I think they're both phenomenal players, and I think easily top 5. I mean, Ronaldo and Messi, I'm happy to see them on level pegging. I feel like that's probably what they should have been for a long time. I feel like it's so hard to separate them, especially in recent years. No, it's been fantastic, but of course, Ultimate Team, packing players, it's one of the best things to do in FIFA. It's one of the most addicting things to do in FIFA as well. But there are plenty of big changes, like, for example, the pack opening user interface as well. It's much cleaner, more streamlined way of actually sort of bringing packs and players into your clubs, quick selling those that you don't want as well.
Well, I mean, over in Berlin, like you said, we went over to Berlin for the Capture event. We had plenty of opportunities to open packs, and like you said, it's a much more efficient way this year to open packs. You get through them nice and quickly. You can quickly decide, do you want a player going up to the transfer list? Do you want them down to quick sold, or do you want to keep them in your club? You don't have to manually press X. You don't have to store all at the same time. It's really quick. Really big fan.
Even I could work it out.
Oh,
Yeah, we open a lot of packs.
I think he's just because he's more of a career mode man than an ultimate team. You weren't taking a shot at your own intelligence there. You're a very smart man, DK.
I'll do what I can.
When you do dabble in ultimate team, have you found your way and wandered over to the new Champions channel, which is obviously it's slightly updated from last year, and it's a fact. Obviously, you can go in and take a look at some of the more higher or better players like. Your boys like Marco HD and Marcus Gomes are obviously out there. I think a few of them have actually been featured on the Champions channel. Yep. You get to see them play, you get to see how they play, and you can maybe sort of adapt things that they do in their own game to yours, maybe give yourself a bit of an advantage. You ever work your way over there a little bit?
Definitely. I mean, if you're going to go and check out these guys that, are professional players, maybe you can learn some tips and tricks that you can use in some of these kickoff modes and stuff like that. So definitely an advantage if you really want to get a leg up on your mate.
Yeah, it's fantastic especially if we're talking more about like a competitive scene as well. The fact that I'm really looking forward to seeing how it's going to all end up in FIFA 19 as well, because obviously the competitive scene this year was fantastic with MS Desare rounding it all up, winning the FIFA E-World Cup. He is a bastion for competitive FIFA, and he's a member of Row. So he's the row goat, I think, for now. Sorry, Honey Badger, you are another legend. I'm sorry, mate. The man is the world champion, and he's from Row. But okay, we're sorry, Honey Badger. We know you're watching, mate. But
we've all got a soft spot for the Honey Badger.
Yeah, we love Honey Badger, even though he is a Kiwi. But we'll forget about that. That's fine. No. Well, he's English born and then
English born and then living in New Zealand.
Oh, they'll claim it was one of his own. I feel like that's fine enough. But yeah, no, we love to, as of course Australians will.
We'll claim any Kiwi.
We'll unfortunately claim a lot of Kiwis that do quite well.
Russell Crowe.
Robert Whittaker. Robert Whittaker, kind of.
Lamingtons.
Lamingtons?
If you say Pavlovas, we will have a problem. Okay, I swear to God. Maybe not a fight, mate. Come on, we're mates.
We'll go into our no
rules.
rules.
Content.
We're going into no rules, and we're going to sort this out.
I'm going to be button mashing square for this last time.
Mate, that's fine. You lose your structure in your team. I'm just going to walk straight through. That's fantastic.
As long as I can commentate it.
Oh yeah, no. Unfortunately, we're not gonna get that privilege. We're on commentary duties, mate. But that's okay because you're going to be playing with. By the way, actually, after seeing that game, you're still sticking with. Was it Marcus?
Yeah, I'll take Marcus. No worries.
If Marcus won that last game, though, I'm wondering if Kiki is actually getting some second thoughts about sticking with your Footwiz boy.
I stick with the Footwiz franchise.
Okay.
The organisation. I'm sticking with the boy.
All right, there you go. Well,
Marco all the way.
Of course, there are some other things as well in Ultimate Team that have been changed up. Like now, for example, Jared, you love your SBCs. You're always raving about them and stuff. But the fact that they've actually sort of advanced their search options, so it makes things a little easier to find specific players and be able to build your team as well.
Yeah, well, the new searching options really helps if you want to do squad builder challenges with players you've already got in your club that are untradeable items. You can add that. You can, in previous FIFAs, you had to scroll all the way through, go past your gold, silver, bronzes that you've bought. But now, if you go for the untradeable players straight up, you just go straight to the players that you want to put in the squad builder challenge. Saves a lot of time rather than wasting 30, 45 seconds, depending on how big your club is.
Yeah.
Scrolling through all the pages of players, choosing one player, doing it again. Really excited for that piece.
Yeah,
I think super clever addition, yeah.
Yeah, I think SBCs are definitely by far one of the more popular and definitely one of the more loved things that Ultimate Team players love to do as well. So it's fantastic to see that in there. We're actually really quickly going to take a look at the countdown too, by the way, because we are a little over or a little under, should I say, an hour to go. What are we looking at? 56 minutes as well. So we're nearly there.
You can almost taste it.
You can almost taste it when we get. I'm going to have a taste of Red Bull actually.
You know what I put on Twitter the other day and had a lot of people agreeing or disagreeing that FIFA launch, for a FIFA fan like myself, this moment right now feels like Christmas Eve.
It does
and
feel
once it hits midnight, that is Christmas Day for us
Santa.
FIFA fans.
And unfortunately, we'll still be working because this stream keeps on going until 1 a.m. So not that we have any problem with that. And of
we
course,
have a Champions League ball falling from the sky. Or?
Champions League ball. Instead of the crystal ball like New York City.
Yeah, that would be
the Champions League ball.
Maybe next time.
I don't know if we have that in the budget, but that's okay. That would have been a great idea. Maybe we'll do that next time. DK, you're a genius. But anyway, I'm really looking forward to hopefully when midnight comes around and we can obviously all you guys can get read up and start playing FIFA 19. Of course, no rush. You can still join us, and we've still got plenty more to do. Of course, we're still going to be playing a couple of games as well, like No Rules, and maybe a few other kick-off house rules games as well. And you two are going to be joining in. Marco and Marcus are going to get that rematch in, and maybe Marco might be able to potentially take it off him as well. We will see. But what do you boys think on and girls again as well on the rematch? Do you think maybe Marco might be able to get him?
I think Marco showed enough signs during that last game where he had the opportunities, he just didn't get his shooting down packed, and whereas Marcus obviously made the most of his opportunities. So it'll be interesting when they get DK and Kiki on their teams a little bit later. What will that play into it? We'll have to wait and see.
I'm legit so excited.
That's going to be fun to commentate.
That 2v2 is, yes. Oh, not just to watch.
It's going to be bants.
It's going to be bants. Kiki, do you rate your chances?
Oh, of course I do. Like,
course, you're smart.
honestly, I'm going to be carrying up there.
Mate, let me tell you. If you're wondering, if you're wondering why we're all career mode YouTubers, it's because we're trash at actual game.
Yeah,
do you agree?
as soon as I play against someone else, it's game over.
We can only beat the AI, and so that's literally it. Oh well. So Kiki,
Only on semi-pro.
Only on semi-pro.
Yeah, you.
Mate, ultimate difficulty, mate.
Ultimate.
What are you talking about?
All day.
All day
Ultimate with sliders.
Are you playing ultimate in your latest career?
I played ultimate today on Ultimate Team squad battles against Jesse Lingard's featured squad, and that was not good. I'm not even going to bother saying the score because I'll just delete my YouTube channel.
I don't want to listen, Jared. I don't want to bring up how your Manchester United series went down for you because I was right there. No. I'm just saying. I'm just saying if you want.
You've seen the struggle.
I've seen the struggle.
The struggle is real. Ultimate difficulty this year. The struggle is real.
Of course, ultimate difficulty only used to be an ultimate team feature, and only a difficulty that you could actually do or play against was in Ultimate Team. Now it has moved over to career mode, so I'm very excited about that.
Game on.
Game on, absolutely terrific. But of course, countdown is coming. We're coming very, very close to midnight. But of course, Ultimate Team is by far the most popular game mode in FIFA, and rightly so. And one of the best things about Ultimate Team is by far the pack openings, trying to get your Messis, your Ronaldos and all that. But there's a little subset of players in Ultimate Team that every single one of us wants to get, and they are icons. Here's a look.
I was 19, 20 years of age. I managed to get double figures in terms of goals return and to come away at the end of the season with 3 winners' medals, with the League Cup, the FA Cup and the UEFA Cup at the time. It was an incredible year and one that I'll never forget. I was entering the best years of my career. I was the captain of the team. I felt invincible as a footballer. My header in Istanbul to make it 3-1 for me is the most important goal I scored. I started thinking to myself, yes, this is our year. And then that buzz and excitement to become champions of Europe was a dream come true. The FA Cup in 2006, probably my strongest performance. I gambled, I took a strike and managed to get a wonderful connection. I was coming towards the end of my career. Position changed to more a playmaker style player. I look back on my career with a lot of happy memories. To be at Liverpool for such a long time makes me feel very proud.
For the players.
Yeah, of course, one of the best things about being able to be at the Berlin Capture event and having so many creators actually in the same building, opening up packs together. One of my favourite moments, really just being a FIFA YouTuber, getting to go out there, but definitely toward the end of day 3, the final day, when we were all crowded around and we were all trying to pack an icon and like with time running out and we're all basically getting kicked out the door. We had to get on the bus, had to go, and I think it was Kyle. That's
Kyle Riley.
Yeah, Kyle Riley, the legend that packed Vieri.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was Vieri.
I wasn't even looking. There was just a haze of just everyone jumping.
And then Buck Army's reaction.
Oh
Shout
my
out
God,
Buck Army had the shirt off and all.
What a I'll be honest, Buck Army, you get that kid off way too easily. That wasn't the only time. That wasn't the only time that you did it. All right, mate, he's got a good ring, you know. And I'm like, oh wow, he's got a ring to be proud of. I'm just saying. If you want to get it out, buddy, I do.
Somebody clip that.
Oh yeah, I'm done
clip
for.
That and
I am absolutely done for. I can't wait for his tweet. That's going to be fantastic. But nah, Bucky, that was one of the funnier moments. But of course, it was it was brilliant. I love being able to pack icons. I can't say over the course of the last few FIFAs, I've maybe not had the best luck. I definitely didn't pack any icons when we were over in Berlin either, and there were just an insane amount of packs opened up over there. But Vieri was one that we saw that was fantastic. We were sitting next to a bloke that was packing them on the regular. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. G is a legend.
G is a legend.
My God, those reactions were great as well.
Those reactions were, bro, you could hear them across the room, and it was a big, big room. It was crazy. But yeah, no, he was packing them like crazy, and it's definitely one of the funner things to do, actually getting on pack openings, and when you actually come up with one of those star players, it's fantastic. Even if it is, your Messis, your Ronaldos and all that stuff. But there's a ton of new icons this year to talk about, the class of 19. We've got blokes like, of course, the man that we just saw, Steven Gerrard. He's in, and that's a fantastic addition, isn't he, Jared?
Yeah, he's a fantastic addition. But personally, I'm most excited to get my hands on Ryan Giggs.
Yep.
I think he is going to be incredible this year. I've seen him a little bit in certain games. I've seen certain YouTubers and players using him, and he looks really good to have at that attacking mid spot. And Scholesy as well. You could get a bit of a classic Manchester United side going on with the new icons. Scholesy, get Giggs in there. Who else? Maybe George Best up top
George
as
Best,
well.
Yeah, and of course just another bunch of like English. I know George Best isn't technically English, but like another United Kingdom sort of icons, like for example Lampard.
Neither was Scholesy or Giggs.
Scholesy. Oh yeah, of course.
Scottish and Giggs Welsh.
That's right. There you go.
So none of them are English.
No, that's right. Well, you do have Gerrard and you do have Lampard, so you do have your English icons in there as well, and even a couple of others like Makalele, Socrates. Is that right?
Yes.
That's another one. He looks amazing, and I'm not just talking about his hair. His actual card is absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to maybe potentially play around with him as well as a couple of others as well.
Van Nistelrooy.
Luís
Figo.
Baggio.
I packed him at the event.
You did too?
On Brandon's account.
Oh, I totally forgot about that as well.
First pack I opened in FIFA 19. Packed
that was
icon
Baggio.
Yeah. On Brandon's account.
We had a little fun and games on Brandon Smith. By the way, if you don't know who we're talking about, another FIFA esports commentator and another legend of the sport as well, of the esport anyway. And it's, he got a little series going where we all just sort of opened up packs and this man came up on top. Your pack luck is phenomenal compared to mine.
My pack luck's been very good. I packed Ramos last night.
My pack luck's trash, I gotta be honest with you.
No complaints.
Oh, well, I've got complaints. I wish I could get the luck going. But either way, I tell you what, we're going to throw it upstairs now because we do have DK and Kiki, and I believe they are also with Marcus and Marco. And we're going to hopefully, I don't know, are we going to pack an icon? Because we're going to do some pack openings. I don't think, even if we don't get an icon, that's fine. I just want to see, is even 90 or 80 asking for too much here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you reckon?
I want to see a few boards.
All right,
a few big pulls, a few walkouts.
A walkout.
Nice. A walkout.
Hey, we'll settle for a walkout, but I tell you what, if we do pack icon, Messi, Ronaldo, someone like that, I'm running up the stairs. We're going up there, okay? It's going to be a massive scrum. We're just going to hug it out, all right?
Replay of Berlin.
Oh,
remaking it.
Maybe we'll try. That was absolute scenes. That is like 90th minute away section scenes, limbs everywhere. It was brilliant. But we'll throw it up there. And good blessings on you boys as well, and girls, of course, Kiki. We really hope that you have the pack luck and much better pack luck than I have.
All right, guys, I'm back up here with the guys, of course, and just to hound on that moment that the guys were talking about, the game changers in Berlin, we were all huddled around a computer and just watching them absolutely lose it when they packed an icon. It was the last night. It was just absolutely iconic. You probably saw it retweeted on Twitter, and it's absolutely the best. So we're going to open some packs. Marco, if we were to pack an icon, which icon is going to be like the piece de resistance?
It would have to be R9. He's just an incredible striker, and I think probably the best player in the game again, so it has to be him.
All right, let's roll the dice.
Am I going? Yeah. I think you can pretty much call it when the little boards don't come out and you don't exactly get that walkout, do you?
Yeah, no, the biggest tip, I learned it off Chew Boy at the capture event. The little bay down the bottom, if that pops up black first before the white flash or the gold flash, then you've packed a board. But if it pops up gold first, I believe it is, then you've packed not a board. So see that? So if my theory is correct, they haven't packed a board. Yeah.
There you go.
So if the gold at the bottom pops up first, you haven't packed a gold. But
Pedro's not bad.
Not a bad player if you were getting a Premier League starter squad going.
That's not too bad either, to be fair. You'd take Pedro, especially if you're only opening up, 7.5k packs?
Yeah.
We need Footwiz Jamie out here.
Yeah, the problem, he got Roberto Carlos last night.
Carlos
That's
in a
incredible.
7.5k pack. We're out here trying to get our icons, and this man's just gone and packed Roberto Carlos in a 7.5k.
Yeah, but he's on the other side of the world, so apparently he was here right now.
Unfortunately.
But Marcus Gomes, I mean...
Footwiz Jamie, stick your hands up. We need your energy.
We need Footwiz Jamie in the house. But Marcus Gomes getting that Ronaldo last night, I mean...
This is Marco opening them up.
Yeah, Marco
right now,
opening them up, so we need Marcus to do them.
Argentinian, that's what you want, but unfortunately you want him as a right winger? Or is he a left winger?
Messi. Centre forward this year.
Centre forward?
Oh, yeah, centre forward.
No, you're right, because we were always packing Gomez.
Yeah, Gomez from
We were
Atalanta.
always 84 rated Argentinian centre forward
Kiki
from
could
Atalanta.
pack Messi though.
Yeah, she did.
At the capture event.
I'm definitely out of the four of us on the desk the worst pack luck. I mean, I don't know if Aspiring DK opened up a pack in the time.
DK opened a pack,
but he'd probably
get too much.
I reckon in one pack he'd probably pack whatever, way better than anything.
Anything over a 75 rated.
We're keeping it going. These boys obviously are going to be opening up a bunch of packs, and they're going to be building an ultimate team a little later later on. They'll be competing as well. So Marcus Gomes will obviously be, I think he may actually be packing or opening up a couple of packs right now.
On his account? Okay.
He may potentially be, but
Might
still.
check in there and see if he ends up pulling anyone nice to have a look at that. But
a 7.5 is all we got, or can we open up some 15Ks?
I don't think there's any promotions at the moment. No promotions at the moment, but they do have, this is a new feature as well, isn't it? A player pick. So if you have this in your pack and it comes up, you can choose out of these 5 players. It's sort of like the draft board, but you actually get to keep the player.
Ah, nice.
It's a nice feature to the game. Who's Marco going to pack? Is he going to go for Diallo, or is he going to get Foster for his maybe Premier League starter pack? He's going to go for Diallo.
78.
The only rare out of them.
The only rare player, the highest rated, 78. You may as well go for it.
That's not the greatest.
Oh, Marcus is actually now the one that's doing these packs as well, as we really quickly switched over. This is the man that got Ronaldo. And what was the pack that he was opening? Would it have been a 7?
70, yeah, well, there's only been 7.5 packs.
7.5 again, and he got a Ronaldo. We're waiting. I'm waiting and looking for you to, for that little pause and that little white flash to come up.
Good.
I'm going to do Sarko. I really
miss on the weekend.
I really like
Newcastle.
as a Newcastle United fan, I really like Sarko right now.
That was bad.
That was
What was it last night? Someone last night had a terrible miss. I think it was in the early kickoff.
I remember, yeah, I can't remember.
Who played before Arsenal and
Everton? Oh, it was Cardiff and Chelsea? No?
Yeah.
Yes. No, it was.
Yes, Cardiff and Chelsea.
Who missed that one? I feel like it was, no.
It was Cardiff. Oh, was it?
Was it West Ham and Chelsea?
It was the West Ham game, yes. It was Yarmolenko, I believe, yes.
Okay then, well, either way, the 7.5k pack's unfortunately not paying out, and I'm maybe not too surprised about that. I mean, we have all these stories of Marcus actually getting a Ronaldo in a 7.5 and bloody, oh my God, Football's Jamie getting his Roberto Carlos as well. But I mean, 7.5k. I mean, what is the bet off the top of your head memory? Have you been able to pack anyone fairly decent in a 7.5k?
Last night, Sergio Ramos.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you put that out in the Twitter DMs. You were like, oh my God.
Not even 24 hours ago, packed Sergio Ramos, 91 rated, 200,000 coins into the Ultimate Team account. Thank you very much.
At like 1:30, 2 a.m. in the morning too, by the way. I'm definitely not trying to get my beauty sleep. And I'm like, oh my God, guys, I got a Sergio Ramos and stuff. 91 rated?
Yeah, 91 rated.
Gosh.
Incredible. Was considering keeping him, but the option to build a good Premier League squad was too much to resist.
How many packs did you get through before you got him? Were you sitting there?
Oh, it was literally like less than 10 packs.
That's amazing.
It was the start, put 4,600 FIFA points, I think, onto the account. Got him, no complaints.
Smashed it. What is the second best?
That's a big question.
I
honestly couldn't put it down.
Overall rating, like in the high 80s or mid?
Probably high 80s.
High 80s as well?
I honestly could not tell you.
Bro, you smashed it.
Opened too many packs.
You actually done fantastically, but of course, Ultimate Team, fantastic this year. We've been going on and on about packs and everything like that, but there have been, of course, significant changes to gameplay this year, real innovative changes as well. And here's a little look at a couple of changes to FIFA 19 gameplay this year.
Everybody wanna go.
Great touch on the ball.
At the same time, gotta walk it.
What a goal!
Run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again. They just wanna find a way out.
Lovely first touch. That wasn't easy.
They fall by the minute. It's different. It's kinda like on the verse written. I can get
superb individual skill.
And Ribéry on the move.
And he's put it in the net for Chelsea.
Looking confident with the ball at his feet. Excellent first touch. And there is a goal.
Celebrate, young man, celebrate.
For the players.
I am Pep Guardiola. This is FIFA 19 Tactics.
We're going to get the ball up into their half of the field much quicker.
Sometimes it's really difficult to create chances.
All the games are different and we use different way to approach them.
Every manager, every team has a plan. If it doesn't work, try to change a little bit during the game. Follow your instinct. Follow what you like to do and do it.
For the players.
He had to get his timing perfectly to convert that. He couldn't quite manage it. What a goal! Well, his timing had to be spot on there, and it was. Oh, what a great goal!
For the players.
Yeah, plenty of new changes to FIFA 19 gameplay this year, and it's really made, it's gone leaps and bounds as well. Like just playing it from FIFA 18 to FIFA 19, the first time we jumped on, it's always a little bit of a learning curve every single time you go from one FIFA to another. And this one's nothing too major, but still really some significant improvements. Like I think the first one we saw there with active touch.
I'm a big fan of the active touch system. I would say active touch and 50-50s, those two I'm like really happy about. I've been saying to Jake off camera that I feel like FIFA 19 is really the best football simulation we've seen in terms of the way it plays like a real life game. It's not as fast. A lot of people have accused previous titles of being a bit of ping-pong-ish, but this one really, it's slowed it down and it's more lifelike than we've ever seen. And I think a big part of that is due to the 50-50 battles. I mean, physicality is a big part of it, and the active touch system. The ball isn't sticking to everybody's feet like in previous editions. The players like Messi, the ball sticks to his feet, but maybe if you're playing with a 55 rated bronze player, get an average ball, it's going to go 100 miles away.
Yeah, definitely. When I started doing my career modes and I start signing players, I'm definitely looking more in depth at things like ball control and dribbling and how well they can keep the ball, how well they can take a touch and bring it down, because you really can notice it on some of the players that maybe their ball control isn't exactly great. I notice it a lot with like centre-backs when they have a lot of balls that get whipped in with real pace and stuff, and how they deal with it. Because you know it's very important to have a capable centre-back that's got very good ball control, and then there's some in the game that are relatively high rated that maybe don't have the best ball control ever, and it really does hurt you sometimes.
Yeah, you can really tell because, and touching on another one of the new features, the time shooting, if you have a centre-back defender with a poor touch, a lot of the times you'll find that your attacking midfielders, centre midfielders are kind of prowling on the edge of the box if it's from a set-piece scenario or something similar to that. And if you can master the time finishing, a lot of times you're going to have your Pogbas, your Ericssons, your De Bruynes running along, hitting it first time, perfectly timed shots. Nothing keepers can do about it. And that's an area of the gameplay this year where I feel like a lot of people need to learn, and they need to learn it early if they're going to have success.
Yeah, going back to that learning curve as well, I think that one of the main things that you've actually got to start really figuring out at first is that time shooting, because sometimes, you know, you can just, I've accidentally gone for a timed shot when really that wasn't what I was maybe intending to do. Maybe I just wanted to finesse it or just really calmly pass it past the goalkeeper. But yeah, you've really, although to be fair, at times in the Champions League final of the Juventus career mode, I shot one really poorly with Salah and it still somehow managed to find its way in hilariously and stuff. But again, yeah, that's definitely one of the biggest. I think we actually saw in the game between Marcus and Marco, there were maybe one or two opportunities that both players had that maybe you might have expected, and especially in the rehearsals as well, like a couple of chances that they maybe would have, they maybe on another day, maybe in FIFA 18 would have absolutely buried, but they're still coming to grips with the new time finishing and stuff. But when you do get it down, it is just beautiful how sweetly you can hit it. And
the green little around the triangle.
And the long shots in this game, when you nail that, that is such a good feeling. I mean, I've got bloody Ruben Neves and João Moutinho in my Wolves career mode, and they are banging them in from outside the box. It's
a lot of people have been picking up João Moutinho in their starter squads for Ultimate Team, and there's a good reason why. And I mean, I'm sure you can talk about it somewhat more, but João Moutinho is amazing this year.
Which is amazing because, like, we think about Ruben Neves. I mean, he scored that amazing goal in, I think it was a championship as well. That it came to him, took the touch, and then just banged it in the top corner. That was amazing. So you'd think of any of the two that he would be the man, but it's Moutinho that's absolutely letting fly, and I'm sure he's won himself a lot of fans as well with his goal against Manchester United in that 1-1 draw quite recently as well. But either way, though, it's, again, not just that as well, we've also got dynamic tactics as well, which if we're looking from a more competitive standpoint, that's definitely going to go a long way. But the fact that now it's park the bus, gone.
Yeah.
It's
finally.
It's gone. No, you're not. Yeah, you're real happy about that.
I'm not
Wasn't a fan.
It was so frustrating playing Ultimate Team or any game mode really, but especially Ultimate Team last year when you'd go behind early, maybe concede a cheap goal,
bang,
and your opponent automatically park the bus, change the formation, and just close up shot for the next 85 minutes. That was frustrating.
There's an easy joke to be made about Jose Mourinho, but I'm not going there. I have a bit of respect, and it's been done to death. I'm just saying. And besides, he's had a pretty rough week with the little issue that he had as
well.
A
little tumble at Wembley.
Unfortunately, a little tumble. But no, still, it was. It's definitely interesting when you see like dynamic tactics being brought into it as well, because you do have like the ability to go in and change formations for. Let's say you're unbalanced, you want to go out there with one formation, and maybe you do end up getting that goal, and it's coming toward the end of the game, and you want to maybe shut up shop a little bit. You can select different tactics for defensive, for ultra defensive, and stuff like that as well. Different formations. So maybe if you're ultra defensive, 5 at the back, go for it. Chuck numbers behind. Make sure you don't concede any bad ones as well. And it's fantastic as well on ultra attacking as well. You can maybe change over the formations to try to throw as many numbers up forward. Just go for it. All out attack. Unfortunately, all out attack is also not in the game this year. Now it's done, but the saying still lives on. Just throw everything at it, and not only formations as well, but actual tactics as well. The way that players are going to operate off the ball. I love that, and I actually like the fact that it was kind of brought up a little. It was brought up a little bit through Game Changers Network, and stuff like that. Yeah, it was suggestions that were made in some of the meetings, and they've really gone through and they've actually implemented it into the game, which is fantastic.
I find it quite fitting, and I'm happy that EA got Pep Guardiola for the trailer, because when you think of master tacticians in the modern game, Pep Guardiola is one of the first names, so I feel like that was very fitting to have him in the trailer. But that's a big part that's going to really make the skill gap even bigger this year. Of course, we saw through our experience in the E-League, but then also in terms of the Interactive World Cup and all these sort of events in the competitive calendar, we would see players going at the start of the games, changing up their tactics. Now you can do all of that before you even get into a game of foot, and you can have specific tactics for specific squads in your Ultimate Team this year, which I feel like is going to change a lot. It's going to save a lot of time, but it's also going to change the game a lot.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, master tacticians in that trailer, we had Pep Guardiola, but let's not forget Roy Hodgson as well.
Roy Hodgson,
another, if not bigger, master tactician as well, you would say. So, I mean, he's absolutely got that Crystal Palace team ticking.
Yeah, he's doing well at Crystal Palace. I'm waiting for him to sign Nico Kranjčar. I'm waiting for him.
Is that his signing, or is that Harry Redknapp?
I've had a mare.
No, he's had a mare. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I brought it up. I'm sorry. I feel bad.
I've had a mare.
Mate, I said Buck Army's got a great rig.
That's true.
That is the least. Do not worry. I've still got the most embarrassing
I feel bad as a Fulham fan for even getting them too confused, considering Boy got us to a Europa League final in 2009. So
that's all good.
I apologise profusely.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Well, I'll tell you what. They are some fantastic little changes to FIFA 19 gameplay. But I tell you what, enough talking about the gameplay. Let's actually go and see a little bit more of it. Now, we're going to throw it back up. DK Kiki are going to be obviously chatting with Marcus and Marco, who I believe are going to go at it once again. But this time, not just another kickoff game, but it is going to be kickoff. It's going to be house rules, though. Now, I don't know what they're going to go with. It's either going to be no rules, survival. I think they were talking up no rules.
No rules, yeah. No rules. I'm enjoying no rules. I played Chesnoid Gaming at the Berlin Capture event in no rules and had a lot of fun with that game mode. And I feel like that's really going to bring back a lot of casual FIFA this year. We're focused a lot on the competitive side of things, but from a casual standpoint, it's going to make Saturday nights with your mates, Friday nights with your mates really fun. But we're getting into the game now. Again, I'm assuming that it's Marcus playing as Man City and then
we still never
playing at United.
We still never. I'm sure we did confirm that it was Marcus playing as Manchester City, and they didn't pull a fast one on us. But either way, I'm pretty confident from the interview and Marcus saying like, oh yeah, no, I did really well and I won. But anyway, we'll assume it's the exact same once again, and maybe they have this time pulled a fast one on us. I gave them the idea, but still, it is Manchester City versus Manchester United in the no rules. How fitting that it would be a derby too for a no rules game and a fierce one like this. But
we can already see them going in. That challenge on the halfway line was.
Oh my goodness.
Look at them, they're button mashing.
Oh my goodness, I'm waiting for the penalties, I'm waiting for the calls. The first time I played no rules, I legitimately forgot.
Oh, this is incredible start to the game.
Only 10 minutes in, my goodness. I really hope we don't see any injuries because, geez, these boys are going off their feet like crazy.
I can hear the ACLs snapping.
Oh my God, you don't want that.
They're on the attack here though, Marco. Trying to get back. He's just had his play completely broken down.
Look at that. I can hear the laughs upstairs. They just have it's bands, isn't it?
And this just proves the point we were making. This is FIFA at its funnest.
Oh, absolutely hilarious. I mean,
absolute scenes.
I know that it's called no rules, so obviously, like, you know, no offsides, fouls, as we've been seeing. Everyone's just lining up whoever's on the ball, and even players off the ball and just taking them out. But if it is no rules, I'm wondering how no rules are we talking here? Like, can these boys just like pick up the ball and chuck it in the net?
WWE style, come out with a chair and a baseball bat.
The entire bench just runs off. That's not a bad ball. Oh, but he's got back brilliantly and was able to cut that one off. Slide tackle nearly took out Ashley Young there. Look at this. He's trying to avoid. My goodness, look at the pressure that's being put on by Man City. There were 4 players.
Paco did well to get out of that.
That is
no
actually
rules or regular rules. He's done well to get out
And
of that.
now look at this.
Opportunity. Lukaku going for the roulette. It falls to Jay Lings. Want to see a Millie Rock celebration from him. Back post opportunity. Goes to Sanchez. Takes a touch. And puts that one over the crossbar. But it has been deflected. Maybe we're going to see a near post opportunity. Here it goes. Lukaku trying for it. And now, potentially, Marcus Gomes flicking it over the head with Sane. I'm expecting a lot of quality goals with the over-the-head flicks this year, but Sane breaking down the line. Lindelof tries to take him on,
It's too
take
quick.
him off. Great challenge from Smalling though.
I shouldn't be so surprised that he was able to get so far with Leroy Sane, but I thought he was going to get taken out when he was
Lindelof
kicking it up in the middle, yeah. But still, continuing on though, little flick trying to get over the top.
I want to see some compilation goals.
Oh, I'm sure that these boys are capable of providing.
There's no offsides.
Again,
Thought he was going to play it to Lukaku.
You almost want to be tactical about this. If you've conceded a corner, you just get a player and run him all the way up to the goal line. You can actually really set someone up for just an easy tap in.
Yeah, you get them up. Yeah, you get them up halfway to just smash the triangle or no, the square button.
It's what I was trying to do in the 1 or 2 games that I was playing of no rules back in Berlin, as they're nearly conceding the corner there,
wasn't it?
That was against Brandon. Yeah, unfortunately, I won't say how that game ended up, but your boy maybe didn't come up with the W on that one. Oh my goodness! And then it's
filthy challenge.
At this point, I'm wondering. Oh my God, he really is down. He's injured.
Oh, he's right.
I'm sure he'll get up again. I wonder if there are actually injuries in no rules as well.
You'd hope not, because then you'd have a lot of injuries. Then you'd want to have unlimited subs.
Yeah. Like again, no rules. What I was going back to, can't you just bring everyone on? Like 15 verse 1 or like 17, 18 verse 11?
De Gea with a long kick here though, and doesn't work out for him at all. But we're nearing half time. This first half has flown by. What a first half. No real opportunities besides that one there. The shot goes straight to David De Gea, but no real opportunities, just a lot of bone-crunching tackles.
You know how you said you wanted to see a game go to extra time? I think this maybe might be the one. I'm sure there'll be goals in this game in regular time, but it's going to be a tough one for them to try to break through the defence, isn't it?
Coming
Especially
through
when
here,
the defence
Sterling
just keeps lining you up and taking you out.
I'm wondering why they didn't play that one through to Aguero there. Aguero wide open. Maybe they're reverting back to their non-no-rules gameplay, but an opportunity here just before half-time.
Brilliant.
Going through, Sanchez dinks it. The follow-up from Jay Lings. Tap that X button and let's see a Millie Rock celebration.
Millie Rock.
Please, Marco, hit that X. Are we going to see it? No, we're not.
No,
1-0.
He's gone with the Mo Salah celebration, I think.
Mo Salah?
He's about to drop down to his knees. There you go. So no Millie Rock, a slightly more respectable formation or celebration. Oh my goodness.
I just want to see Millie Rock. 1-0 up though. Great end to the half. Jesse Lingard, and there it is. That's going to be half time.
There you go. He's up. Marco HD currently leading 1-0. Footwiz Marco again, as we do say. But it's hard to be. Obviously, we like to think of ourselves as pretty decent FIFA esports commentators, but it's hard to actually break this down and analyse when it's just mayhem and carnage and players going off their feet and lining each other up. It's just jokes, but we'll see what the boys think about the gameplay. Obviously, we've got DK Kiki up there. Let's hear from Marco and Marcus.
All right, guys, I'm back with Marco and Marcus and, of course, my counterpart, DK. We're halfway through the No Rules match, which is a new feature in FIFA 19. I can hear a lot of laughs. Are you guys enjoying it?
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like, you think you're going to go down the line and just get absolutely smashed. But no, really fun.
It's really fun to watch as well. What about you, Marcus?
It feels so unnatural, but I consider this being a lot of fun with my mates, just smashing this game out. Yeah, it's super fun.
Yeah.
Right, so at the half-time, Marco's up 1-0. He's got a little bit of redemption from the first game we had tonight. Can we see you coming back, maybe a few more rash challenges?
I've done plenty of those. I think I need to actually start taking a bit more shots. De Bruyne has to get into the game, I think.
Okay, let's see if you can get some possession. Let's jump into the second half.
All right, here we go. Second half underway. Marcus being a little bit too kind there at halftime, I feel like. I feel like he's just got to go all out and studs up and try to just get some opportunities through dirty play.
Yeah, that's what Marcus has got to do. You know, this is the one game mode where you can get away with being maybe a little cheap and a little dirty, if you know what I mean. That's what this game mode was built for. Although Marco nearly...
That would have been a penalty every day of the week.
Absolutely.
No rules again. This is crazy to see.
Oh my God, it just keeps coming.
That's a career-ending tackle right there, but it's through here. Oh, Lukaku holding it up beautifully off the post. What a goal that would have been for Marco and a perfect way to start the second half. But Marcus lives to fight another day.
That is a very nice, very, very nice piece of skill there, but just couldn't quite squeeze it in. I was amazed that he was actually able to get that close, to be fair. He had a defender and the goalkeeper straight in front of him. I thought De Gea, or should I say Ederson, recovered relatively well too.
Switching it up here, going back to De Gea.
Maybe the tactics are now starting to come out now, aren't they?
Oh, risky passes here. Got to hold on to possession, Marco.
Oh, goodness, the keeper's out.
De Bruyne going for the flicks, going for the finesse. De Gea pretty casual about it, and for good reason.
The ball can sometimes get very, very close to going in, and the keepers are very confident this year. So if you just see them watch it go past, then more often than not, you've either absolutely blasted it past them and they have no hope, or it's definitely going wide.
We're going through here, though. Lukaku taken down from Fernandinho.
How many potential... If this was a regular game...
Double digits.
It's an insane amount.
We've seen double digits worth of penalties and about the same amount of injuries. I mean, if this was a real game, the amount of tackles through the back, we wouldn't be playing right now. There'd be 7 send-offs already. It seemed quite terrible in terms of challenges.
One of the teams would have forfeited due to a lack of players or something. Yeah, absolutely.
They're on the attack now, Marcus, though. Good challenge from Paul Pogba, who I would say is the best player that I've personally used so far in FIFA 19. A lackluster shot, but there's a lot of players in this game right now that I would say are some of the best in the game. De Bruyne, Pogba, Eriksen, Sane. Big fans. Oh, Eriksen's not even in this game, but big fans of all these players. I'm just used to Eriksen being in Man City because it feels like every career mode he's signed for Man City. I'm so used to that.
They do love him. I've noticed that in the one that I did with Wolves, Nabil Fekir got across there as well. But Marcus Gomes is looking at the moment to try to find an equaliser, and he's only got 20 minutes. Oh, that's a good save from David De Gea. I think he probably would have had that one covered 99 times out of 100. Oh, and another interception, but again...
Marco retaining possession. Be interesting to see if he makes any substitutions or whether he's just really taking this game seriously and keeps making studs up challenges.
I think these lads were laughing at the beginning of the first half and even a little bit toward the second, but you can see
Look at the concentration.
The faces of... we're seeing some serious faces coming across these boys. Well, Marcus to start smiling because he's too good a bloke.
I think it's because we put them off. He's through here, though.
Oh, this could be it.
He's been caught up to by Gundogan. What a challenge, Gundogan.
Brilliant tackle. Fantastic for no rules anyway.
Incredible. And now City on the run. Going through here. Now it's United. It's a bit back and forth, but Sterling, a bit of space to run.
Oh,
Ashley Young. That's a red
That's
card.
why we love it.
Oh, that's incredible. This is why no rules is the game to play on a Saturday night with your mates when you just want to relax and not take things too seriously.
Can we get Manchester United and Manchester City to agree to play one game like this, no rules? That'd be fantastic.
I don't know, that'd be like everyone's favourite derby.
Yeah, although to be fair, I don't think we'd probably see another Manchester City or Manchester derby for a while because half their players would be out with injury. But another clearance once again. And Marcus is sort of running out of time here. You know, he's got to get the ball back, but Marco's probably going to maybe play things a little bit safer. But you know that you are not safe in no rules. Yeah, at any time, someone's going to come in and maybe try to snap a leg or two. But he's got it back now, Mendy and Sane down the left-hand side. And they've got a few players pushed up here. And Sane has got pace to burn, but look at that stamina. It's really starting to go down. Does he whip in across? You got to remember he's going to line him up. Beautiful. Not a bad delivery. Oh, that is nearly the equaliser. And with only, 2 minutes to go till stoppage time, that could be it.
And with Marco on the run here on the counter with Alexis Sanchez, he's got space. He's got the man offside. He doesn't decide to use him, but what a save that was from De Gea. Awkward angle for a goalkeeper. We've got about a minute and a half remaining in this game. Is it going to be Marco closing things out? I feel like if he retains possession, that is going to be the case. Running back to De Gea, and there it is. The full-time whistle has been blown. And it is Marco getting his revenge on Marcus, a 1-0 win.
All right then, so there's still a few more games that those boys are going to play, but we are now tied back up once again at 1-1. Marco's got one, Marcus has got another one, and man, that's fantastic. I mean, there are some brilliant new kickoff house rule game modes as well, like survival, where of course you score, one of your players gets sent off as well, you can lose players to red cards, and you can get it down to as little as 5 players on a team. That is fantastic, as well as a bunch of other ones, like, for example, headers and volleys and shots from outside the box. You can get two. You can score 2 for a goal outside the box and for a volley and stuff like that. So, but no rules surely has to take the cake.
No rules in survival. They are fun to play. And I feel like survival's the type of mode where maybe you have a mate that's either really good or, on the other hand, really bad at FIFA, and there's a big skill gap. If you guys play the survival mode, game mode, that could narrow the skill gap. Your mate goes 3-0 up, loses 3 players. All of a sudden, you can bring goals back. It's going to be, very interesting Friday and Saturday nights out in the world.
Oh, absolutely. I think DK mentioned a little earlier that it's a really good bet settler, and who's going to wash the dishes tonight? If you actually just load up some FIFA and play one of those incredible kickoff game modes as well. But no rules is easily by far my favourite. I do like survival. And I feel like No Rules is definitely a game mode that you really start to learn a little bit more about your friends and what they're going to do and
their intentions.
I think it might also be like a relationship ended, to be fair to a couple of people. You know, things get a little too heated, and I think maybe you get some big slide tackles. I think by far the funniest thing though is when I was watching other people play No Rules, and more like at the capture event when things are, getting pretty heated,
People get into it.
Yeah.
I got into it when I played against Ches.
Yeah, and then every time I heard someone call for the ref in No Rules, it's funny because you just genuinely forget at times. You just see your player get wiped out, and you just think, how is that fine? It's too much banter.
So good. Big fan of it. Excited for the year. I'm excited to see some of the clips that come out when we're 6 months down the line, some of the ridiculous clips we're going to see of people just cleaning up player after player and still running in and scoring. It's going to be good fun.
I'm sure we're going to see plenty as well. I know that we have a little Goals of the Week compilation that EA Sports like to put out as well, but how about we just get absolute crunching slide tackles of the week? Slide tackle of the week. Who would we name that under? Who's
Kevin Muscat.
Kevin Muscat?
Yeah.
Oh, Sergio Ramos is...
Sergio Ramos.
They're the boys that really... Ramos, the most cautioned player in Champions League history.
I saw that. Most yellow cards, most red cards. Incredible.
Sergio Ramos, Challenge of the Week, I reckon. There's probably maybe a good way to put it. But either way, a fantastic game mode. I absolutely love No Rules. But we'll throw it now up to Marco and Marcus just to see how what they think of course, No Rules, and what they think of the little rivalry that they've got going on, this little competition. It's tied up 1-1, but DK, Kiki, you can take it from here.
All right, guys, we are back, and that is full time on our No Rules match. Finally, some redemption. Marco, how do you feel?
Yeah, pretty good. Got the win there. A little bit of fun, but Marcus was through and go a couple times. Just completely took him out. Just the way I like it.
Sliding all over the place, so good. Marcus?
Yeah, it was super fun. I can imagine playing this mode 2v2, 3v3 with mates. It's going to be incredible. So yeah, can't wait to jump on it when I get home.
All right, so we're settled up here. It's the test of the toughest. It's 1-1. We're going to go to another game a little bit later on where we'll be featuring some Ultimate Team and the packs that they've opened. So we'll really get to see them grind it out to see who is, leading the world of glory here. But just from a kickoff point of view with this No Rules, I'm just thinking the amount you could exploit it in a 2v2 sense, especially that offside rule. Like you can send a mate down, just hide him in the corner store and then just wait till you get the ball, bomb it long, and there could be some really interesting goals being scored in this game. Do you think you guys will take on these kind of kickoff modes at home with your mates?
I think for sure. I can see it's Friday, Saturday night, watching EPL with mates late at night, just before watching the games, playing some 2v2, 3v3. I can just see the crazy goals that you could score with, there being no offside, especially.
Yeah, and also from an esports perspective, obviously you guys play professionally, and maybe some of these game modes can bring in something and just a little bit unconventional, just to keep your wits, keep you tested.
Oh, I think in terms of defending, it does. As long as you make sure when you go back to the normal mode, you can take out the foul part. But it definitely improves your, especially player switching in defence, because you have no players back at all times. So yeah, it's definitely fun.
Of course, and then you've also got the long shots game where, if you want to start pulling the trigger on some long bombs from downtown and really exploiting some defences and, a good way to come back into the game. Definitely got a lot of options here in the new kickoff modes. But let's chuck down to Jake and Jared.
There you go. So, tied back up at 1-1. We will see how that little rivalry is going to pan out. I reckon they're going to be playing another kickoff game, and they're also going to be playing 2v2 against... I feel like the 2v2 game is just going to be a little bit of fun with Kiki and DK. That last 1v1 game is going to be the final game that they play against just each other. So, who do you think is going to take out that one, and who's going to walk away? Because, again, if you were watching the E-League, you wanted to see these two boys go at it throughout the entirety of the season. We didn't get that chance. Now they're doing it. We're being treated. That No Rules game is absolute jokes. But,
it's tough to say because we know so much about Marco and Marcus as players, but in terms of knowing about Kiki and DK, in terms of how they're going to gel with Marco and Marcus, we really don't know how that's going to go. So that's probably the game I'm most excited to see tonight.
I know that. So Marcus has won the actual proper game, the kickoff match, and then obviously Marco winning the No Rules game, which again is a little bit more silly and a little more crazy. But I mean, that's maybe still admirable that you can adapt to all these amazing flying challenges coming in out of nowhere and being able to tie things up at 1-1. But if you had to take your pick, who's taking that third game? Who's walking out with the W?
Well, who are Kiki and DK with? Kiki's with Marco.
Yeah.
And DK's with Marcus.
Are we taking that into consideration? Because they do have 2 more games. I was thinking like 1v1, like they play just each other one more time. And
Kiki plays DK just 1v1.
Oh no! I mean like
Marcus and Marco?
Yeah, Marcus and Marco have 1 more game to play against each other, and then they go 2v2.
Oh.
And I think that's just going to be an ultimate team game. I think they just build a little side with some of the packs that they've opened up as well.
There's been 1 goal between both of them in the games, hasn't there? It's been very, very close.
Was the other one 2-1?
2-1, yeah.
2-1? Yeah, no, that's right. No, very, very close indeed.
Yeah, so honestly, could not pick it. Maybe we'll see us go to extra time for the first time tonight.
We will see.
I want to see a penalty shootout.
I do want to see a penalty shootout as well. That would be fantastic. But no, we'll see how that eventuates, of course. I'm maybe going to... I might say Marcus only because he won the actual kick-off game proper. But Marco, I'll tell you what, this is his console again. PlayStation 4 player in the E-League, so who knows, he can pull it out. And again, we're continually seeing these players adapt to the new FIFA 19 gameplay as well, Jared.
Yeah, well, they're slowly getting better. As I said, a couple months down the line, how they're going to be playing their games, that's going to be really interesting to see once they figure out the way to really exploit their teams and find out who the best players in the game are, especially in Ultimate Team. I've heard it was quite standard last year that De Gea was the main man to put as your goalkeeper in competitive play. I've heard that might not be the case this year. I've heard a lot of people fighting for Courtois.
I have been hearing plenty for Courtois, and I know that obviously in your Manchester United career mode, you had some questions for David De Gea on the odd occasion, but he bailed you out sometimes as well.
He was very hit and miss.
Yeah,
it was either incredible or
some of the goalkeeping this year is absolutely phenomenal.
Oh.
And then you've got other times that like, I wonder what exactly happened there, but it's still a very, very, I mean, David De Gea is still, I think he's still the highest rated goalkeeper.
91?
Yeah.
Oblak's 90. Courtois 90.
I keep forgetting Oblak is like only 25, 26.
Everyone forgets about Oblak. In terms of like the grand scheme of things, like when you think of the world's best goalkeepers, very rarely do you hear Oblak in terms of like general conversation. Of course, among pundits, you might hear different things, but general conversation, I really don't hear Oblak that much, but quite clearly he's doing something right.
And he's if only he was actually diving in the Champions League final against Real Madrid. I just saw him like, oh gosh, I don't know. He's a fantastic goalkeeper, but still, we'll take a look at the countdown clock too. Or we obviously do not have an awful lot of time left. 12 minutes.
That's
Are you serious?
Fast.
Oh my God.
Very fast.
Wow, we better get a move on here. I'll tell you what though. But no, we are so close to FIFA 19 launching at midnight, and when it does strike midnight, we are actually going to get a musical performance from Yolanda Be Cool with their song from the FIFA 19 soundtrack. The boys are in the building, they're just getting set up, so we're really looking forward to that. But still plenty more to talk about and still plenty more to do throughout the stream. And even after midnight, when the game is launched and you guys can pick up the game if you have pre-ordered it as well, and just go ahead and buy it straight out as well, then you can do that. But we'll also take maybe one really quick question as well. We've, of course, been asking you guys for your questions about FIFA, about Ultimate Team Career Mode, anything at all. And we've got one here from, we've got options here. What are we going for? You want that one? All right, mate. It is Maddie Essendon who says, to the guys on the panel, what new player are you most looking forward to playing with in FIFA Ultimate Team? Jared, I'll let you get the first one if you don't mind me.
Ryan Giggs.
Yep.
Icon Ryan Giggs. I spoke about him before. I'm really excited to use him. Van Nistelrooy would be a very close second. Van Nistelrooy was one of my favourite strikers growing up. I'm not a Manchester United fan, but I really do like Van Nistelrooy. So either Van Nistelrooy or Ryan Giggs, I'm interested to see how they go.
Yeah. I think. I mean, one of the icons would be nice, and yeah, you're going to have a pretty tough time for trying to grab Ryan Giggs. It's either going to be very costly, or you're going to need some major pack luck. To be fair, you can pack icons, so we know it. Who knows? He might just potentially roll in through.
You've already got Ramos.
So.
Oh yeah,
you've already got Ramos for crying out loud.
That'd be great.
Nah, I reckon for me, I had a great one in mind, and then I forgot. Oh, I do want to see if Chucky Lozano is amazing.
He's in form already.
Oh my
People are saying the game's over.
Oh God,
he's incredible.
Is he? I don't know if he's going to get a team this. No, team this season. Like, is
in the Dutch league?
In the Dutch league?
I'm not sure. I can't say that I keep up to date with the Dutch league all the time.
Eredivisie. Oh, it's a sound league, mate. What are you talking
I'm sure
about?
it's a good league. I just don't keep up to date.
I'm sure he's one of the stars of that league, and I'm sure that if he does end up winding up getting another informed team of the season, something, he surely will be scary. But then again, I haven't actually had the chance to play with him. We just know how amazing he was last year. So we will see how Chucky Lozano is. But of course, Ultimate Team is a fantastic game mode. Another fantastic game mode that's actually going to be coming to a conclusion this year is going to be The Journey. It's been with us ever since FIFA 17, Alex Hunter's journey, but it is now coming to its epic conclusion.
a footballer?
Yep.
Am I one of the best players in the world?
I'll say.
Then I am the Sultan of Stepovers, Cristiano Ronaldo.
In his dreams.
Easy, Alex Hunter.
Yeah. You wish.
There comes a time in a player's career when they become a brand.
I'm being pulled in a million different directions. It doesn't seem real.
I have a shot to be someone special.
You have talent, but no one is irreplaceable.
This is a make or break season for you, Danny.
When I'm lifting that Champions League trophy in the air, everyone is going to be sorry they doubted the Williams.
Family used to be everything to you. Now you're just surrounding yourself with hangers-on. You can't even have my back on this.
You think any of them would be here if your career ended tomorrow?
You can't play this game. I can play.
Being a target man's not really my game. Make it your game.
I just want to show people what I can do. I think you're doing all right so far.
My name is on that trophy, and not you, not anyone is going to get in my way.
Pressure's a part of being here. It's time to take things to the next level. It's a game of football, mate. Best team wins. We both know who that's going to be.
For the players.
Man, it only feels like yesterday we were actually able to play with Alex Hunter for the first time. It was a game mode that, especially as like career mode lads, that we were really looking forward to. Something like a narrative-driven story mode in FIFA. And I remember Alex Hunter's actor coming out and he was introduced for the first time, and the journey was like something that I'd been wanting to see for so long. In FIFA 17, it was fantastic. FIFA 18 comes back, of course, and you can actually play as his friend Danny Williams as well, which was a nice little touch. And now this year, you can play as both Alex Hunter, his friend Danny Williams, and Alex Hunter's sister, of course, Kim Hunter. Obviously, you guys have been playing through the journey throughout its entirety, and it is now wrapping up and coming to its ultimate crescendo here with maybe potentially getting Alex Hunter to lift up the Champions League trophy, the biggest competition in club football. I really can't think of a much better way for it to end off.
Well, I mean, we've got the Champions League here in FIFA 19 now, so it's a great way to finish off the series. Obviously, getting to that Champions League final, it's going to be fully immersive. You can play as 3 different characters and different storylines. You can play them all together. You can play them all in one hit. Just so much involvement there for you to get more time out of FIFA 19.
Yeah, and of course you can play as both Alex Hunter, Kim Hunter and Danny Williams. You can play as them together, or you can play actually their storylines separately as well, which is not too bad. And being obviously with Alex Hunter from the start, you feel just that little bit more attachment and you really want him to do well. But Jared, are you obviously like your time with the journey so far?
Yeah, I've enjoyed the journey so far. I'm really excited this year about the addition of Kim Hunter. I feel like it's going to get the female FIFA players a lot more involved and a lot more immersed in the game mode. So I'm excited to see a whole new market brought to the journey this year.
Yeah, of course, with Kim Hunter being in the World Cup in that little storyline as well. And obviously, Kiki, the fact that female FIFA players were actually brought in a couple of years back, but now you actually get to play as Kim Hunter throughout the journey. So that must be pretty cool for you as well.
It is. It's really exciting. It starts a new storyline. Just myself being brought on as an EA game changer and a female and one of, you know, the minority. It'll be awesome just to play through the storyline and just see how it evolves.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Obviously, Kim Hunter's character was brought in the journey last year as well, so she was a really cool addition. And I'll be honest, I was totally thrown off, being like, wait, that's his sister? And I was like, that's mental. Spoilers, by the way, if you didn't get up to that.
You guys can be excited about it as well.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. It's just more things that you can do in the game mode. It's fantastic. And they've really gone in heavy with it. I love the fact that, obviously, with Champions League being in it, it's just, again, like I said, the ultimate way to really see it off. And I'll try not to do what I did in my first playthrough of the journey, which was lose the FA Cup final. I'll try not to.
Surely you went for Newcastle in that, when it was between Newcastle, Norwich, and... Who was the other one? Newcastle, Norwich, and Aston Villa.
That's the one.
Surely you went as Newcastle.
Unfortunately, the 2 relegated clubs that season, so I try not to think about it. But yeah, of course, I went for Newcastle, and it was sick. We want to bring you back to. I think I did it with Manchester United as well when I started up with the journey that year, and I was like, can I just stay at Newcastle? Is that okay? I mean, I don't mind if I don't go back. It's fine. But no, it was all real good fun. And again, I wonder how exactly it is going to end. I mean, we know that Kim Hunter's going to be competing in the World Cup and Alex Hunter and Danny Williams going to be going head-to-head. You assume that, I imagine it's written in the stars, they'll play each other in the Champions League final.
That would be insane.
That would be mental.
If only it was no rules.
Oh, no rules. We have got to come up with a version of the journey where it's a no rules game. That is fantastic.
That's a good video.
That is
What
fantastic.
if Alex Hunter and Danny Williams?
I know too many YouTubers that would absolutely run the hell out of that.
Well, they have foot cards this year. Alex Hunter.
I know in previous years.
They did in
when
FIFA.
you have a Danny
journey.
Williams
Once you completed the journey in FIFA 17, then you were actually able to get a 75 rated Alex Hunter card.
For the club you played.
What about the other two?
The other two were only in this year. So I don't know if you actually get them this year. I haven't completed the journey yet.
I can't imagine.
Maybe we'll
you'd
have to
get
play
an
through and find out.
We will absolutely have to, yeah, for sure.
I can't imagine you'd get an Ultimate Team card for Kim Hunter, considering...
It is going to be a bit difficult, the fact that it's only
Maybe you
male
get
players
a
in the
different special item. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see.
It will be cool. Again, I mean, just being able to play through and finish it all off as well, because I want to like end it strong.
You need that closure in your life.
I need the closure. If I just like, you know what, I should just be super cruel to myself. If I end up losing the Champions League final, I'm just like, all right, sweet, I lost the Champions League final. That's it. That's life. And it'll forever be with me and being a burden. It's like, I did not win Alex Hunter that Champions League final. Bloody hell. Anyway.
Don't you play every series like that?
What are you talking about?
I play. If you get to the Champions League final, if you lose, that's it. Game over. Series is done.
Of course. I'm not like some people that I won't name names for. I'm not even looking at you. I don't know.
What are you trying to say?
Someone on this desk is maybe a little shady with that stuff. I'm just saying. Is it him? Is it him? Is it me?
I lost the FA Cup final.
I don't know.
I didn't win anything in the Manchester United career mode series. So Kiki, do you play career mode?
Negative. No, it's a new one that I want to pick up, but it's definitely not me that he's referring to.
Someone. It will forever be a mystery. I will never reveal. But just going back to, by the way, to Matty Essendon's question. Of course, he asked us. To the guys on the panel, what new player you're most looking forward to playing with in Ultimate Team. Before, I may as well ask you, DK, about who you're looking forward to playing with in Ultimate Team. But before you answer it, I just wanted to really quickly say that obviously that was a fantastic question. And courtesy of our friends at Sony Australia, we are going to be giving you a PlayStation 4 FIFA 19 bundle. So EA Australia will get in contact with you. So congratulations, mate. Just a nice little something that's going to be coming your way. We'll get that sorted out for you. But DK, who are you looking forward to playing with in Ultimate Team as we continue to tick down?
I mean, on the odd chance that I do open some packs and actually get some half-decent Arsenal players, can you go past Lacazette? I mean, surely...
This boy loves Lacazette, doesn't he?
Surely he'll get that rating bump. There'll be an inform out there somewhere.
If you had to pick between Lacazette and Aubameyang, for one of the players had to go, you had to keep one. Who are you keeping, Lacazette or Aubameyang?
Lacazette.
Wow. I mean, not that that's it's not like a bad pick. I mean, Lacazette's still a fantastic striker, but I mean, like...
He's just, I don't know. He's just...
What are the stats for them this season? Is it like Lacazette scored more than Aubameyang so far, or...?
They're about on par, I think. I haven't kept up.
It's good to see them actually playing together now as well.
Yeah, I mean, Aubameyang starting out on a wing and sort of coming inside using that pace to his advantage. He can play out on a wing. Lacazette starting up front and he's just destroying at the moment.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. My heart's there with the Frenchman.
Terrific, and again, soft spot for me, always signing Lacazette in career modes way back in the day. I mean, he's still class, and maybe I'll do it again in the future.
When he was at Lyon, the potential. Three years ago, that was incredible.
Richard Bayless is unfortunately no longer with us. He's left the building, but I should have mentioned that I signed him in the Leeds career mode, and that I did a Leeds career mode. Who knows? Maybe you watched it. I don't know. I'm not. I don't know. I'm sure Richard Bayless gets around the YouTube FIFA career mode content.
Yeah, he's probably a loyal subscriber.
He's up to date.
Absolutely. But nah, it's not too long now to go until we're actually hitting midnight.
We should get the timer up again. I think
around about 2 or 3 minutes.
A minute 20.
Wow.
That has gone fast.
All right, we are
Christmas is almost
76 minutes or something away.
All right, Kiki, 30 seconds. Oh. Who do you want to pack an Ultimate Team this year?
No, Ronaldo. We've already been over this.
So you want to play with Ronaldo, hands down.
So you've already got Messi.
That's your pick.
Look, I've been opening a lot of packs on stream lately, and I'm just sitting there just like, yeah, I did. I packed Messi in Berlin, but I definitely want to be at home and pack Ronaldo on stream. It would be sick.
All right, well, you've already got Messi. You've got Messi in Berlin.
She'll definitely explode in stream.
Oh, my goodness.
Or an icon, just any icon. I just need that factor of it. I've opened a lot the past 2 days, and it's just.
And I'm just trying to
so exciting.
I'm just trying to pack anyone over 87. Like, literally. It's
we've got 40 seconds till everyone can start opening packs.
Very, very soon. Again, if you've got the game pre-ordered, you are able to play the game and you're able to start downloading it and getting it underway in 30 seconds. But, lads, as we say goodbye to FIFA 18 and move over to FIFA 19, once again, what we're all looking forward to the most, only a couple of seconds away.
Career mode.
Career mode again. I'm also liking the journey. I'm looking forward to ending the journey.
Division rivals.
And Kiki?
I want to play the journey as well.
The journey's looking good? All right, terrific. Then, lads, we've only got a couple of seconds left. I think we may as well count it down. Midnight is nearly upon us, ladies and gentlemen. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I feel like this is counting way slower than usual. 2, 1, and that's it. FIFA 19 career mode, it is out. I can't wait to get it all started as well. Ultimate Team, the journey, everything. Lads, if you've pre-ordered it, make sure you start downloading. Although, you don't have to go anywhere just yet because we're still going to be going for a little longer, about 40 minutes. We're still going to have a couple games. And of course, we have got ourselves a guest, a musical performance that is going to be on the cards from Yolanda Be Cool. And lads, might step around the camera really quick, but you boys are on the FIFA 19 soundtrack. So how does that feel?
It feels great. We feel very honoured, privileged, stoked.
What about you, mate?
Excited, yeah, it's sick.
Yeah, I know that like FIFA has been very well known for having some absolutely iconic bands across the entire span of the game. So like just is it a bit of an honour and a little bit of a privilege? Is this something that you will look back on in your careers and think, I was on a FIFA soundtrack, that was awesome?
No, absolutely, and especially this version of the game as well, like the lineup's awesome.
All right, terrific, lads. Well, your hit song Musica is on the soundtrack, so we'll leave it to you, ladies and gentlemen, to perform their song from the FIFA 19 soundtrack Musica. Ladies and gentlemen, Yolanda Be Cool. go, Musica. Lovely stuff from Yolanda Be Cool. Thank you very much, boys, for coming in again. Appreciate it, lads. That's absolutely one of the better bangers, I reckon, on the FIFA 19 soundtrack. So once again, thank you to the boys for coming in. Literally, they're every single year, the FIFA soundtrack delivers, and there are always a bunch of fantastic songs. But I reckon that's got to be right up there. I'm definitely going to be maybe having a good night out, let's say, and I'm definitely going to hear that being played in a couple of clubs, I reckon, for sure.
Put that on your Spotify playlist.
That is, I think that's already on my Spotify playlist, mate. I'll be honest,
It's
mate. I've chucked a couple of songs on there. The FIFA 19 soundtrack is delivered this year, and we've still got a little bit more left to go in this stream. We are still running with a couple more games. We've got Marcus and Marco, the ultimate decider between those two, and then they'll be teaming up with DK and Kiki. Now that is what I am seriously looking forward to.
Yeah, that's going to be scenes.
That's going to be so fantastic, and God bless whoever is stuck with Kiki, because, man, that person is not going to have to do anything because Kiki is going to dominate.
Double hat trick, I think you said earlier.
I called that she would score 6. I mean, we will see how it ends up. I mean, maybe might need to sneak over in extra time, but too bad. Kiki's just going to bloody dominate.
Should be a good game. I'm very excited for it.
I am looking forward to, of course, yes, the Marco and Marcus decider, really, ultimate. I think it's going to be played in on Ultimate Team. Yeah,
well, they've been opening packs all night. So
that's exactly right.
They're using the teams that they got from the pack pool. They're all pack pool players. So I'm quite interested to see the players they've actually pulled. I mean, we briefly went over to them earlier in the night, and the pack luck wasn't incredible, but here's to hoping it's changed a little bit in the past hour or so.
That is something that I haven't actually thought about, you know? Like, we saw them opening up packs, and obviously they were maybe not exactly pulling out the highest of high-rated players there, in like your mid or high 80s or anything, but I wonder if like Marco or Marcus has just sort of been like sitting there, quietly opening up their packs, and then just bang, Icon walks out, and he's just kept it calm, kept it composed, and now he's got a little ace up his sleeve for when they play the Ultimate Team game, or if we're just going to be rocking with a bunch of like 80, 81, 82 rated players. We will see what the team ends up like. It's probably not going to be the insanity of the E-League where we just had icons
R9 Ronaldo,
and Team of the Year.
Every player your heart could desire.
Oh my God, yeah, it was amazing, wasn't it? Team of the Year, Messi, Ronaldo, and Team of the Year, Cristiano Ronaldo as well. That front three was just deadly. Bullet and who else are we going in there? Vieira was obviously a staple of those E-League teams as well, and of basically every single competitive FIFA player's team when they had all the players.
That Team of the Year Sergio Ramos card.
And the Team of the Year David De Gea as well.
Oh,
that was
we know how good that was.
The very first game of the E-League was like he pulled off a triple save, which I could not believe. It was amazing, but yeah, it was a fantastic little performance there, of course, by Yolanda Be Cool, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Marco and Marcus play, and I think we may just be about ready to throw it up to them.
Score prediction from the prediction god?
From the prediction god. I'm going to say, I think maybe Marcus might take this one out, and I'm going to say 2-1. It's 2-1's the safest bet in football, isn't it, really?
I'm going to say Marco 1-0.
Marco 1-0?
Yeah.
I've gone with Marcus, you've gone with Marco. We will see how it ends up. I'm hoping that we actually get penalties and that we're both...
That would be good.
Yeah.
I just want some late scenes or just something, a really good talking point, maybe an incredible goal, maybe a scorpion kick. Who knows what we're going to see?
Scorpion kick would be nice. I mean, let's see if he's packed Riley McGree and he's chucked him into the as well. That wouldn't be too bad. Either way, just on Riley McGree too. If he does not win the Pusscast, it would be a disgrace. So if anyone's watching this, vote for Riley McGree. He's got to win it, the boy from Gawler. Anyway, we are underway with this. The decider between Marco and Marcus in this 1v1 contest, and then they are going to be teaming up with DK and Kiki upstairs, and gosh, I cannot wait for that one as well. But as we are going to try to take a look at a couple of the players that they've got in their teams, I am assuming that's Marco on the ball right now in I believe that's the Sydney FC kit, and he might potentially have a chance. Sol, Lucas, decent players and some pretty interesting players that they've got in their team. We'll see as they pop up. But that's a really good cross in. Gabriel Jesus with just a little something on it, but just couldn't quite direct it goalwards.
Interesting start here for Marco. I would assume it'd be him in the Sydney FC kit. You'd like to.
It has got to be.
Yeah, it's got to be. Maybe
I believe the other one is the Melbourne City away kit, is it? Pretty confident.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Thrown off a little bit by the badges.
The badges are doing my head in. Yeah, Chelsea
blue and then Botafogo.
Botafogo, yeah.
They got David Silva and Lacazette. Hey, DK must be happy.
DK's got, Oh, well, he's immediately cheering for whoever's got Lacazette. And here we go. As Marco is looking to whip one ball in, and it's cleared by Rose. Not super well, though, but eventually they do find it out, and now it is Marcus on the ball through David Silva and Lacazette.
So Marcus has him.
He's the one. So DK is going to be cheering on Marcus, which is very interesting because, those two are actually going to be teaming up in the 2v2. So they're already on the same wavelength. And I tell you what, Gabriel Jesus, just a little heavy touch.
And that's what we talk about, the active touch. that just came into play there. Didn't stick right at his feet, heavy touched, and cost him a goal, really.
I wonder if he was maybe a little too late to let go of the sprint button there as well. Maybe it knocked forward a little bit, or if that is the active touch at work, of course, you've got to be so perfect when the ball comes to your feet.
That Xhaka card, by the way, I've had word, that's his in-form card. Marcus has packed in-form Xhaka.
Really? I mean,
84 rated centre defensive midfielder.
We'll see if he scores, and of course, if they make any changes, then we'll be able to take a look as well. But right now, we're just seeing the names that pop up. If he does have the inform, he's done a very good job of hiding it. And now he's got a little something, a little, like he said, ace up his sleeve.
It is Marco, however, getting the better field position at the start of the game, better opportunities. Not too many opportunities to talk about, really, besides that Jesus one in the opening minutes and then the heavy touch. But potentially, Anthony Martial, a player that a lot of people are putting in their starter squads, coming through. Silva going to Lacazette. Lacazette trying to hold it up. Back heel there to Silva. It falls to Silva. It's being squared around. Still got possession. Lacazette going out to Anthony Martial. Goes for the finesse. And it just goes wide.
I tell you what, that's that 50-50 battles at work there too as well, because I think in previous FIFAs that attack would have died like a good couple of passes ago. He would have lost possession, but he was able to retain it with a bit of a fortunate bounce, and the finesse shot just going wide of the post, but now Marco's going to look to respond.
One thing I've noticed in the first two games is, and then the start of this one, the players, both of them, both competitors, are holding the ball up in really tricky positions really well. Like a lot of times, both of them have been in 3-on-1 situations and come out of it with possession still. So
Marcus had done a brilliant job of that. Like I think in the very first game with Aguero, I think I remember very early on, and there was that moment in the no rules game where I thought, oh, he's going to get his leg snapped any moment, but he just kept avoiding it with such brilliant control. And now Marco going down this left-hand side, doesn't have much to go to, tries to cross it in. I was about to say, you're not playing no rules anymore there, Marcus. Let's go. Marco now is going to whip one in from the set piece. Going to try to find anyone, but Xhaka's there, and it doesn't even really get past the first man. Marcus Alonso had the chance to shoot, decided to try to square it up into the middle with a low pass, and it didn't exactly happen for him. Martial turns into Danilo, but wins it right back, and again, brilliantly, and a little piece of skill, and he's still been able to retain it. Martial is now going to run into some trouble, but then he plays through David Silva running down that left-hand side. The cross in, that's not a bad one. Just getting over the head of one of his players and then cleared away, and now Marco is back on the ball.
David Silva, 89 rated this year. That's one of the most deserved upgrades. I feel like there's a lot of players in FIFA, in football in general, that kind of go under the radar and don't get as much praise as they really should. 89 rated David Silva, big fan of that. Incredible, especially with all the adversity he's had to have this season, or the past season as well, with his baby being born premature and then coming out through that. Had a great season last year in City's title-winning season. So
he is an absolute inspiration.
Yeah, absolute legend.
I think it's incredible that he's 89 rated, and we're still saying, man, he's 89 rated. I'm like, man, they're really underrating him, aren't they? At 89.
But he just doesn't get the headlines.
He's
just consistent player. Week in, week out. Great performances. But a great performance so far from Marcus in this little passage of play, but then goes and gives up possession. The old commentator's curse.
Yeah, the other Spaniard here, Deulofeu, unfortunately wasn't able to pick out a pass, and Marco now back on it, looking to go down this right-hand side. Lucas has got a little bit of pace about him, we know. He's about 92 or so, I think, the Tottenham winger. Rashford, though, he's got plenty of pace too, but he can't get past Lichtsteiner, who we know for a fact does not have an awful lot of pace, but he still does a job there.
A lot of both competitors, they just can't break through.
Goodness.
Not a good play there from Danny Rose, putting it out for his Spurs teammate in Lucas Moura. And now the Brazilian running down the line here, Fred overestimating the run. Lucas going through there. Jesus.
They're for Brazilians in this team.
Going, good tackle from Lichtsteiner, saved Marcus on more than one occasion in the past few minutes.
I think we mentioned about 4 or 5 Brazilians in a row there.
Fred, Lucas.
Quite a fair few.
Jesus.
I think there's, I don't know if there's another Argentinian or anyone like that, but a fair, Danilo, fair South American representation in these teams, but we are coming very, very close to the end of the first half. It is still 0-0. And I reckon this is definitely one of the more even games that we've seen so far as well. It's not like in the first game between these two where Marcus was dominating, scored, then Marco took control, scored, Marcus again. It's very back and forth.
Again, no real opportunities besides those 2 early ones there for Marco with Jesus. Might get another opportunity though. It's perfectly intercepted from America's 2014 World Cup hero, John Anthony Brooks. And now, Granit Xhaka, the in-form 84 rated defensive midfield card, comes over the top. Martial gets to the ball first, up against Danilo. Coming through, down the line, gets past one challenge, the skills, into stoppage time. 2 minutes of stoppage time, but he's dispossessed there, and that might just be the last quality opportunity at the end of the first half. Shifting it wide. Referee blowing his halftime whistle any second unless Marco gets an opportunity here. Great tackle from Lichtsteiner. And at the halftime break, it is 0-0 in this game. No real opportunities. 2 shots in total for the game. And it's going to be an interesting second half now.
And only the one shot taken by both players as well. So it's chances have been at a bit of a premium, but we've still got an entire second half left to go. And again, like we said, we are hoping for penalties in extra time, but we don't want to be biased toward any of these boys. It's been a pretty even, hotly contested game, and we'll go up there now with DK and Kiki, who are just going to have a quick word with Marco and Marcus.
All right, I'm back with the players, of course. I just wanted to ask you both quickly about the structure of your teams and why you've structured it the way you have.
I feel like the gameplay, you need to sort of not rush it and just play very slow. So, yeah, that's how I've gone with the 4-2-3-1 wide.
Nice. You, Marcus?
I think I'm the same as well. I think it's definitely a balanced FIFA, and you need to have a solid wing play, but also players down the middle. So being good on defence and attack is important. I think 4-2-3-1 is definitely good as well.
All right, so it looks like you've got Lacazette in there, which is good to see. Xhaka and Lichtsteiner, a nice Premier League, few French players in there. Seems like a good strategy. Good luck, boys. It's still 0-0. Who is going to take this one out? Let's get into the second half.
Cheers for that one, DK, as we send it back down to the control room, as I think he once called it, the mission control or something. We are back again. The last real competitive game between these two, the last second half. Will there be more? That is the question. Can either of these boys find a breakthrough? We have seen a substitution. The man that we were talking so highly about, David Silva, is out, as is Deulofeu. Leon Bailey is in the team. And I think I saw Ousmane Dembele go on once again as well. And then for, gosh, I'm trying to figure out who's got the Chelsea badge. Oh, we should have sorted this out. I'm just trying to figure out who's made the changes for both sides there. But we've seen, again, some substitutions being made. So keeping things fresh, both players here.
Whoever subbed off David Silva is Marcus. Marcus had David Silva on his team, so
that was him. And
whatever badge that was that Chelsea?
I believe so, but either way, Fred looking to play through up the middle here. Lacazette, Leon Bailey, the man that was recently substituted on, so there you go. Leon Bailey is in for Marcus, and so is Ousmane Dembele then. So he's replaced his wingers. That will be interesting.
Alonso sending this one up to Kingsley Coman. Interested to see how many people decide to use him in their foot squads this year, but it's Jesus, who was born exactly the day before me.
Oh, really?
Same year, yep, and that makes me question what I've been doing with my life. But Lucas Moura coming through here, cleared away there, and now potential counter-attack on for Marcus. Lucas again, being good so far, turning it around. John Anthony Brooks going through Leon Bailey. Marcus being very sensible with his passing play, and he's opened up Leon Bailey fresh off the bench. Can he make an immediate impact? Goes to the near post, and Kepa. I guess you could say he is a real good Kepa.
Don't say it. Oh my goodness.
Real good goal Kepa.
That was a great save because I swear that was going in. Maybe it would have hit the crossbar and gone out, but that was a real problem at the near post, and he's done brilliantly. Thankfully, when I went to go watch Newcastle United versus Chelsea, he wasn't as good dealing with the shot on goal at his near post, and I was able to see my team Newcastle score a goal. But anyway,
Giroud dealing with DeAndre Yedlin's physicality.
Oh, mate, he barely touched him. He barely touched him. What are you talking about?
That was golden.
And he definitely didn't get calmer when he scored an own goal and lost the game. Gosh, that was heartbreaking. But anyway, we switch it back over, or should I say, Marco switches it over to the right-hand side. Ander Herrera's still in the game. And I tell you what, Marcus's attack of Ousmane Dembele, Leon Bailey, who are fresh off, and then you've got, of course, Lacazette as well.
Deadly.
DK, you know you want him again. That's a big slide tackle, but he did get the ball. No foul. No, I thought he did maybe just clip the ball there. And through they go again with Lacazette, but closed down on both sides. PK and Marcus Alonso, the Spaniards combining. And are we out on the right-hand side here? He's going to try to play through Lucas, who's got plenty of pace to get away. That's a nice bit of skill to try to get past his Tottenham teammate, Danny Rose, but he's dealt with him. And he's just going to play it out from the back again. I think he's done a pretty good job dealing with that one, Marcus.
The physicality coming into effect there really proves, like we were saying before, physicality with the 50-50 challenges is going to make or break your side this year. And then Danny Rose, you would argue, a stronger player than Lucas in terms of physicality, getting the job done there.
Oh dear.
Terrible kick there. And now he's set Marcus up for a golden opportunity with about 25 minutes to go here. Fred, one of the most overpowered midfielders in the game right now, going to Lacazette. Back out to Ousmane Dembele.
The man with no weak foot.
Granit Xhaka. Nice and calm play here from Marcus. Anthony Martial. Ball at his feet, a lot of defensive pressure here. Fred looking for the option, goes to Ousmane Dembele, goes back to Lacazette, his fellow Frenchman, goes to Leon Bailey. What a touch!
Oh, it's up in the air. No. That is amazing. And that is how Marcus plays so brilliantly with such amazing, like just perfect, fine ball control. It's absolutely terrific. And he nearly wriggled his way in there. I thought he was going to score, but the keeper came out, closed him down. When I saw Kepa moving out, I thought, oh my goodness, what has he done? But it actually ended up working out.
The build-up play was incredible, the patience, and then he saw his opportunity and almost got all the glory there. But now, keeper coming out, I thought we were going to see a bit of an issue here, but Castells, the man from Wolfsburg, the Belgian goalkeeper, getting to it first. 15 minutes to go here, and Jake, we said we wanted to see it, and at the moment it looks like we're going to get it. Don't want to jinx it, but 15 minutes to go, we might be seeing some extra time.
It is looking likely, and again, I'll happily take some penalty shootouts, that is for sure, but Lacazette trying to slip in the man down the left-hand side, I believe it was Dembele, but again cut out by Marco, and I think Marco must be feeling a little bit nervy after that last attack. And I'll tell you what, the crowd's lifted as well. I tell you what, we're making fair noise, and that's definitely a foul on Kingsley Coman now with just a little over 10 minutes to go. And I'm just still so impressed by how incredible Marcus was in that little passage, considering the game's only been out for like a week. The man's already packed Ronaldo as well. The ball's whipped in. Brooks just about manages to clear it. Marco's going to get it back with Jesus. He'll have a shot, but it's just not exactly what he was going for. And I think a little shake of the head from Marco. I think he maybe was looking to lace out, hit that top left-hand corner, but he just hit it with the side foot.
When I saw Brooks bringing that ball down to his foot, I thought, oh my God, what are we about to see? I thought he was going to get dispossessed and a tap in there for Jesus, but not to be. And now, into the final 10, Xhaka sending it back out to Anthony Martial. Dembele hot in the trail, and Dembele, not Usman, Musa, former Fulham man. Got a love for him, but now plays for Tottenham, of course, for the past few seasons, making the tackle. And again, we see Marco on the attack. Can he snatch a late goal? We know Marcus knows all about conceding late to Sydney FC players.
No, you can't talk. Don't bring that up.
Samir, where you at?
He's had too much heartbreak in the E-League and, of course, in the global playoffs. I really want him to hopefully have a bang in FIFA 19, as that nearly got through with only 5 minutes to go. And I tell you what, this is coming down to the wire. I don't know why. As much as I'd like penalties and a little bit of extra time, I feel like something. I feel like something is on the cards here. Maybe if Marco can figure it out. He's come close. Gabriel Jesus. Whoa. Lucas is in here. Can he cross something in? It's a low one, and it's just cleared by Lichtsteiner. And still a little bit of time left to go as well. Maybe Marcus might be able to get this late goal if he can. He's got some options.
Lichtsteiner's been on fire for Marcus so far today. He loses the ball again though. Gerard Piqué coming up trumps. And now we near stoppage time. I don't anticipate too much stoppage time. Yeah, 2 minutes. Exact same as we had in the first half. Marco, I should say, potentially the last opportunities of the game. Granit Xhaka there to steal the ball. We've got 40 seconds. He's going to have to hoof this one upfield, but that sort of possession isn't good. Final attack now.
Surely
it goes through. Jesus.
Surely not.
Jesus.
Oh, he shanked it.
He has an air swing like Zabaleta did for West Ham this weekend.
It is cannot
time.
Believe it. He had it right there. I thought it was going to be one in the last seconds, but no, we get that extra time. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen.
Substitutions being made now. We see, is he going to bring Fornaroli?
He's got some nice plays.
He brings on Fornaroli. How good. I'm a big fan of that.
I was really hoping that one of those boys had like Mitro. Just as a Newcastle fan who admires Mitro and a Fulham fan, of course.
Mitro's my favourite player.
I'd have loved for him to have come on and maybe scored a goal. I've still got a little spot in my heart, even though he's scored more goals than my entire club this season. Yeah, cheers.
Getting to the first half of extra time though, half an hour of in-game minutes to be added on, and if nobody's able to score, if we're still deadlocked, then we'll be headed off to a penalty shootout, which I kind of want to see. Haven't seen too much penalty action in FIFA 19 so far, so interested to see what some of the animations are like. I know that the EA development team has actually put a fair bit of customization into penalties, or personalization, where players like Pogba, we know that he has that very studded run-up, as we have an opportunity here, save from Kepa, but Pogba has that very studded animation for the penalties. We saw it against Leicester. We've seen it a few times. He has that in FIFA 19, which I think is a really good touch.
It takes like a minute to jog 5 yards to get to the ball. I mean, you take it, but
you either love it or you hate it.
Yeah,
if you miss like that, you look like an absolute fool. But if you score, you look so calm.
Oh yeah, you get hammered in the press anytime you miss a penalty if you haven't just ran up and twatted the thing. So
it's gets hammered in the press regardless.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like little Graham Souness. Graham Souness. The way that he converted that penalty was absolutely ridiculous, but it was outrageous. Anyway, as Marco now comes through. And it's again cut out once more, but Ousmane Dembele now on the ball. Marcus is looking to try to find a way through. They've got 3 back, and it's not even going to need to be tested, that back line, because Marcos Alonso actually coming out and making a very good challenge. And now Marco once again, still with David Silva, linking up with his other Spanish centre midfielder. Zaha is in the game. That's a very interesting substitution as well. We're going to look to see how he's going to go. He's fantastic so far this season. Leon Bailey. And this could be a big moment. Oh, big tackle though instead. Fantastically dealt with. And that's what we're talking about. Plays on the ball have such a disadvantage. Plays off the ball are so much quicker. That's why you can think you might be through and you are 100% going to get a one-on-one with the keeper, but the defender will come out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. It's incredible. But again, somewhat realistic. Players lose a bit of pace when they have the ball at their feet. Defenders, hearts of a lion. But the ball in here, just before the end of the first half of extra time, doesn't look like we're going to see any opportunities. And it looks like we're going to be 15 in-game minutes now away from having penalty shootouts. That would be quite an incredible sight.
And not, again, a single shot taken. And it, again, was only 15 minutes or so. But sheesh, I tell you what, it's going to get exciting for sure. Are we going to see a goal in the last 15 minutes? We know that Marco and Marcus were knocked out very, very late on in their console finals in the E-League. And Dembele ends up getting a shot off, which I think somehow I knew deep down that was going to end up going wide. I don't know how. That was a pretty good opportunity though, but still 13 minutes left to go. This, I think, would be a real, I'm going to say, confidence builder for the rest of the season. I know that this is just a little ultimate team game. This isn't really competitive. It's not foot champions or anything like that, but you win a game like this on a stage like this with all these people watching, it's fantastic. Yeah, for sure.
Lacazette now on the attack for Marcus, though. Had decent amounts of the ball. Fornaroli as well. I'd love to see the Melbourne City marquee getting the winner here. That would be great scenes. Xhaka, though, going through. Lacazette holding the ball up nicely. PK coming in big again, but it goes out to Xhaka. Nice vision to go out to Leon Bailey. Dinks that one in the middle there, and it is safely taken back to Kepa.
There have been a lot of headers back to the goalkeeper that make me a little nervous, and I'm not even playing, for crying out loud. That's amazing. As Fornaroli is going to look to try to get that one into Dembele. There's a run being made, but he ends up playing it back to Lichtsteiner. Just again, taking things, just taking things nice and easily, being safe. And you'd love to score the goal right here and make sure that this thing does not go to penalties, but it would be probably almost twice as worse to be able to have to concede.
Yeah, especially when it was your mistake.
Oh, that would be terrible.
Of your own error. But speaking of Marcus conceding, it is Marco going in here. Nice ball to Kingsley Coman. A potential late winner. 5 minutes left on the clock. And it is going to be Marco taking the lead. The touch from Kingsley Coman, we can hear him in the background. He's just yelled out C. I want to see him chucking up a classic W. Yeah. Classic high-fly W.
You were on camera. I was going to say the
Marco's coming on camera at full time, so I expect to see a classic W being thrown up there.
Can you believe it? The penalty dream, is it dead? Or can Marcus respond?
Fornaroli coming through to Leon Bailey, goes, and it's going to be a corner now. Expect the near post.
Maybe. Bailey's done well with, maybe he'll play it short here, actually. This is going to be an interesting one. Zaha was on the ball, now Rose to Fred. Long, what a shot from Kepa. The long shot, it was going to test him, but he's still maybe got a small chance. Dembele, he looked to play it along the ground. It was just a poor one. And now Marco's going to get away here, and he's going to have absolutely no extra time to worry about here. He's got nothing to play up ahead of him. Only 2 minutes. Marcus needs to get it off him right now. If Marco makes a mistake, that's really the only way that Marcus is going to have a chance. But, he's got players open. He's not going to make a mistake. He's a professional. And I can't believe it. I thought for sure we were going to get penalties as he's now turned it over, but there can't be enough time. Will there be? Lacazette, again, turned over, and that is going to do it. Marco has gotten the victory in no rules. Now he's gotten the victory in Ultimate Team. Marcus was able to win the first game between the two. But there we go. That was a fantastic contest as well. I mean, a little disappointed we didn't get penalties. But
we came so close, but we got a late winner.
We will take a late winner in the last couple of minutes. And I'll tell you what, Marcus, he's just... conceding those late ones, it is very...
It's his vice.
It's brutal. He'll get over that. I'm reckoning at some point, it's just maybe it's like a mental thing or I don't know, but I'm just trying...
bad luck, really.
Yeah, I'm trying to
if you watch that on the replay, the ball was so fortunate to come to Kingsley Coman in the first place. I think it might have been Lichtsteiner, had a complete, just overshot the run, and it fell right to the feet of Kingsley Coman. Credit where credit's due. That was a very composed finish there from Marco, but Marcus can be feeling a little bit hard done by.
Yeah, I was, when the ball fell to his feet, I was like, how has that got there? I was trying to replay in my head what exactly happened, but no, he got it. Took a phenomenal touch, brought it down, spun around, great finish with the keeper coming out to close him down. It was a terrific finish, but we've got to hear from the boys, Marcus, and of course, I'm sure a very happy Marco HD.
Player 3. Yeah, but does that make me on Marco's team?
I think we're actually going to go straight to the next game, actually, by the way. So that's, of course, DK and Kiki that are going to be setting up and teaming up together.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. So, what, DK and I believe it was going to be Marcus, and then Kiki and Marco.
That is
correct?
Right. That is right. It was Kiki and Marco. Yeah, that's right.
Getting right back into it.
Kiki's going with the foot whiz boy, of course. So Marco coming off the high of winning that last game very late on. Surely he's got a little bit of swagger about him.
Is he going to carry Kiki or is she going to carry him?
I think Kiki's got some surprises for everybody watching at home.
I've never seen her play a game, so I'm interested.
Really?
I've never seen her play FIFA.
Oh,
so I've never seen DK play either, but I'm really interested to see how Kiki does.
I think the only time I've seen Kiki concede is when some bloke had his he had a bandana, or like he was blindfolded and he scored a free kick with the Pistol Pete with the assistance of Footwiz Jamie. That was amazing. But,
that was in Berlin, yeah.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, that was
but no, Kiki's been getting around her FIFA for sure, and I think she's definitely got a little something. I'm sure I would love to see her try to, I don't know, I would love to see her hit the back of the net. If, let's say, a penalty comes up or a free kick, just give it to Kiki.
Marco's got to give it to her.
Yeah, she's got it. Let's go.
Sure.
Come on. Anyway, we will see how that all ends up, and I reckon Marcus is also going to be just a little fired up.
A little bit of vengeance.
He wants to get something, because it's even though the 1v1s now are over, there's still one last game of
still
FIFA.
A little bit on the line.
Absolutely, and these boys, I tell you what, they're going to be playing each other, especially in playing in Australia and the rest of the world region. They're probably going to end up playing each other in Foot Champions a couple of times, I would imagine. So, you want to get that psychological advantage and a little edge over your opponent as well. So we will see if maybe he might be able to come back. And I think with DK, he might maybe be able to pull it off potentially. DK's not a bad partner, definitely, to be teaming up with.
Again, though, that third game, one goal decides it. 2-1 in the first two games, I believe.
Yeah.
And then, 2-1 the first game, 1-0 the second game, and then 1-0 this third game. So,
and that went all the way down to the wire.
Yeah, there's not much to cut between the two. And we said at the start of the program that we wished we got the opportunity to see Marcus and Marco battle each other in the actual E-League last season. Didn't get it, but if that's any preview of what we're going to see potentially in Season 2, if it does go ahead, then we are in for a real treat.
I think it'll be fantastic, and I would love to see those boys once again on a stage, going up against them. Again, we've got so many fantastic FIFA players in the scene this year in Australia. It's growing, and of course, even not too far away, some of the noisy neighbours like New Zealand with Honey Badger and, of course, Airborne as well. But we are getting into this. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the final game of FIFA 19 for the stream, and then we are wrapping it up. And it looks as though it is going to be the Champions League final. I believe that is the Wanda Metropolitano, and it's Bayern versus Juventus. Of course, Richard Bayless said that he was a bit of a Bayern fan and that he maybe rated their chances. Of course, said Real Madrid and Juventus are also a shot as well. So two teams that we could definitely maybe see end up in the Champions League final for sure.
So again, I'm going to assume that Juve is Marco and Kiki because, of course, Marco, diehard Juve fan, and it's almost an early goal there for DK and Marcus. Wojciech Szczesny stepping up for Marco and Kiki.
We have got to figure out who is who as well.
Yeah, what colour?
Or maybe that's actually going to add to the mystery. If someone scores an amazing goal and I'm like, oh, surely that must have been Marco. And it's like, no, or Marco. And it's like, oh my God, Kiki, what a long shot.
Can I chuck out a bit of an assumption?
Pink?
I think Kiki's the yellow and Marco's the red.
Oh, why? Is it because the yellow player's going...
He's playing incredibly.
Oh, fantastic. His vision off the ball, that he's getting into positions that we didn't even conceive, like before we ever need them to. But either way, we have got the ball whipped in. Oh, brilliant save, but it's still going to be a chance, and that's headed in by Ian Robin in the Champions League final, 13 minutes into that one. And so Bayern take the lead, and again, we're assuming that is Marcus and DK. So is that Marcus or was that DK? I wonder who scored the goal.
Can we put some bets on it? Winner gets FIFA points.
Let's see. I mean, obviously it was crossed in, and I think it was a brilliant save by the goalkeeper initially, and we assume it would be Szczesny and not Perrin. We've got to have a look.
It was Szczesny.
It was Szczesny.
For sure.
I was rocking Perrin from the start of my Juventus career, man.
Perrin has the growth.
Yeah, he does have the potential.
Perrin's 84 rated as well, isn't he?
Yeah, they're both the same overall, so that's why, I don't know, Perrin, tell you what, he may have scored the first goal, but Ian Robin immediately with the yellow. If you saw that challenge, that was...
no rules.
He sent him flying for sure, and geez, you don't want to get him sent off straight away.
There we go. They're next to each other. They're all all around the one monitor. It's going to get pretty heated. If it's a close game, it's going to get very heated. And I mean, Marco and Kiki have a great opportunity to tie this one up here. Quadrado with the ball going through to Dybala. Falls again, and now, nope, no counter-attack happening. Miralem Pjanic, the Bosnian, going through to Sami Khedira, who's playing pretty high.
Kiki, shoot! That's what you see. Did you see a little bit of a little step?
Yeah, a little
bit
of skills.
A bit of seconds there from Kiki. I'm literally just going to be like, shoot, every time.
Did you hear her response?
No.
She yelled out, she was like, no!
No. To be fair, that's probably the right option. You didn't want to shoot from there.
Who knows, it's FIFA 19. You can score from anywhere, which I love.
Nah, you actually can. It's ridiculous. I've seen some insane ones.
Mate, ultimate difficulty, squad battles, they score from anywhere. Bayern on the attack though, looking to go 2 goals to the good. It's a beautiful ball. Bayern Robin taken down.
This is going in like a no rules game, isn't it?
Malice in the challenge, and it's a yellow card there for Bennett. Was it the midfielder, the Uruguayan midfielder Betancourt, or whatever his name is?
No,
it's
Rodrigo
Salo.
Oh, was it? But Betancourt is one of the players, for sure. But is this going to just get past the wall? But again, Szczesny, like we said, he is the one in goal for Juventus, and they're playing it very risky here, and it's unfortunately turned over. Marco is going to get it back. What's Kiki going to do here? No, she's kept it.
Tactical plays.
Very good play. Kiki could be away here with Dybala. He's got a little bit of pace if he can play through. It's not a bad pass again, keeping it alive, but just unfortunately tackled there, and now it is Marcus and DK continuing once again, and that's a little too heavy of a through ball. Robin's got no chance, even with the insane pace that he's got. Has been given a slight pace deduction, but that's only fair considering.
Not as bad as Vidal.
Oh yes.
You'll not hear the end of that. I'm
18 or 22 that he went down by in his pace.
75 to 57, which I think is 18.
18, yeah.
Drop maths in year 10, but I'm going to say 18.
Drop maths in year 10. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Oh, the Sydney school.
Like at the end
the
of
Sydney
10.
education system is there.
Into year 11 and 12.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
I did art instead.
I've got a little certificate when I was in year 4 that called me a mathematician. Made me very, very proud one day. But anyway, Douglas Costa going through down the left-hand side, but caught by Joshua Kimmich. I'm going to say probably at this point the best right back in the world.
Yep.
All right, sweet.
88 rated this year?
He's very highly rated, yeah.
That's incredible how Bayern went from Philipp Lahm to Joshua Kimmich.
It's almost like we don't even talk about it. Like Philipp Lahm, everyone was talking about when he retired. When he retired, how are they going to replace Philipp Lahm? He's one of the best right backs ever. Joshua Kimmich
did it so seamlessly.
You just don't even talk about it anymore.
And just like Philipp Lahm, he is so versatile. Can play right back, centre defensive mid, centre midfielder, right wing. It's incredible. He must have, Philipp Lahm genuinely must have just taken him under his wing and taught him, just must coach him. It's his protege, but almost near half time. It's been a very quick first half here, and it is Bayern Munich still 1-0 up. Juve holding their own, but Kiki and Marco behind here at the halftime break. An early goal for Bayern Munich sees them in the lead as we head to the halftime break.
And I think it's probably a deserved one as well. Definitely plenty of chances for Bayern, and I tell you what, that back line of the Juventus back line sometimes just becomes completely non-existent on that Bayern Munich counter-attack, but.
Is that user error or just?
I wonder what the cause of that is. I wonder if a player's getting. It's surely not players getting dragged out of position, but we will see. As we are waiting for these lads and ladettes to hopefully get the second half. Ladettes, that's a word, right?
Yeah.
I like it. There you go.
I like it. I'm gonna put that in my arsenal.
I'll coin it then. All right then, sweet. Anyway, we'll get underway with the second half. We will see if Marco and Kiki can turn it back around. I mean, it's gonna maybe. I think Kiki maybe's got to step up just a little bit. She was okay. She had her chances, and again, I haven't exactly been able to yell out shoot an awful lot, if you know what I mean.
Marco's hopefully been giving her a bit of coaching at halftime.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, you want to do this, you want to do that. X is to pass.
If you do this, if you do X, Y, and Z, then you get a FootWiz contract.
There you go.
She's got the streaming part down packed.
Bro, they're handing him out as well, the FootWiz contracts, that's for sure. They'll sign anybody to a FootWiz contract.
They're handing them out like a hot lunch.
Marco can't hear me from down here, can he?
No, I hope not.
Hey, he's the one that's...
It's not Marco you need to worry about, it's Dan.
Dan?
It was Dan.
Oh, Dan's too nice a bloke. He won't do anything. There we go. Big slide tackle there from Marco, and oh my God, the shot. That is just collected once again by Szczesny.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is world-class FIFA gameplay you are witnessing. It's Bayern Munich.
Oh, Kiki, I'm sorry, but you've been absolutely done there. And still dealt with, though. I tell you what, they're coming in. This almost does feel like a little bit of no rules about it. The amount of players that just come swarming in and the slide tackle.
Martinez coming through, destroyed the midfield there. Big tackle from Kiki, but a questionable pass after the big tackle.
I think she must have seen someone on the bench and was trying to play it out wide, and it's unfortunate, it happens to the best of us. Anyway, Kiki looking to stick in a tackle, can't quite get there. Marco's there to recover the drag backs. Kiki there again, running it forward to Bale. There you go, finds a good pass. And up the line, Kiki go! Run! Oh, Quadrado, shoot! I didn't say shoot, I said keep running.
Shot on target at least.
There you go, it's a shot on target, it's something. All you have to do is take 20 more, get them on target and say, I should have won, that's ridiculous. Even though they're all shots from 50
you put up a tweet with
out.
no context.
Yes. Oh gosh, that's the best. Anyway.
We're 40 minutes into FIFA 19 right now though, Jake.
Oh.
It's 40 minutes past midnight. We encourage everybody to use the hashtag FootAU and FIFA18AU and let us know how they're enjoying FIFA 19 so far.
You know what?
Have I said FIFA 18?
Yeah, you know what a better FIFA 8. Hashtag FIFA 18AU is not a bad hashtag, but I think FIFA 19AU is an even better hashtag. But still, continuing on here, Kiki playing the ball up through the middle, and it's can she go and get it? No, unfortunately not. But here comes that counter attack once again. Chested down by Martinez here. Maybe going to find a little bit of space to turn and shoot, but no. Instead goes out to Kimmich, who crosses one in, cleared away, only as far as another Bayern Munich player who puts a relatively lacklustre header up, but only 20 minutes left to go in this game, only 20 minutes left to go in the last FIFA 19 game, and Kiki with a very nice interception here.
Play it through.
Plays it back, played it safe.
Played it safe, yeah.
That's the right thing to do.
That one out
She's
of the
still got it as well.
Played.
Wins a great free kick. Kiki's done brilliantly there. But who's going to take the free kick though? Is it going to be Marco or is
Give
it
it to Kiki, Marco.
Give it to Kiki.
We want to see it.
Marilyn Pjanic, one of the best free kick takers in the world.
Surely you get Ronaldo on the
Marco, if you don't score this, mate, just know the eyes of the world are going to judge you. Oh, that got through the wall somehow. Brilliant save from the goalkeeper. He's still got the corner though. 15 minutes left to go. Goretzka's going to be coming into the game as well.
Is Cristiano Ronaldo on right now?
I have not seen him. I don't know if he's just been...
Oh, he's got the ball right now.
There we go.
And he's almost about to score.
Again, the footwork, brilliant once again from Marco, just to try to free up Ronaldo. Another cross in, but that's way too close to the keeper. Kiki's going to pick it up here with Costa. Oh, tried the pass, but it just couldn't get past Martinez, and this could be maybe a deadly counter-attack as straight up the middle goes Robert Lewandowski. That's not a badly weighted ball, but Alexandro's just way too quick. Brilliantly done, brilliant chase down. And Kiki's just trying to pass it through about 3 or 4 Bayern Munich players. 10 minutes to go.
Is there an equaliser? Substitutions.
Is there an equaliser in this game, or are we once again going to see another goal decided by just another game decided by just the one goal?
Well, Bayern Munich with some quality shots, and Juve, they've given their all. They're still in this one. They've definitely had some great opportunities. They've got the time still. It's Dybala. Kiki trying to play that one through, just trying to get through there, but she's unable to do so. Bayern Munich defending really well here, just closing up the last opportunity. Look at the number overlap. Are we going to see a sweaty goal? Robben running through, goes, what a finish, and that is likely to be curtains, ladies and gentlemen.
How did he beat the keeper from that?
That was a nice
amazing strike.
That was I want to see a replay of this. Please don't skip the replay. That was a cool finish. Party poopers. Was that Marcus or DK that finished that? Because that was incredible.
I'm not quite sure. Are we...
That was a really good finish, and still time here for Juve, unless Bayern score and put this one to bed.
Brilliant interception from Kiki.
You got to go to
Quadrado.
Sure.
Way again, slide tackle. Still got it here, Quadrado. That's not too bad. Send him through again, maybe. No, Dybala, the slide tackle. He's going to retain it. They've got to get one. Oh, even if they get one now, surely as we head over into stoppage time, it's just for pride at this moment.
Kiki's a mile offside. It's not no rules. There we go, getting into position.
He's still got the ball at his feet here. Even if they score, I feel like we should keep going. He's still going. Plays it back for Kiki.
Kiki!
No! Oh, Kiki, no! Oh. And the Champions League is won by Bayern Munich, apparently, according to FIFA 19.
I thought Kiki was going to get a goal right at the death there.
Marco,
the skills run. Oh.
Marco literally did a Lionel Messi-esque, getting past so many players, keeping the ball at his feet, sets Kiki up for...
That's like Messi against Athletic Bilbao.
Bilbao, yeah, except he went with giving it off. He should have kept going the whole way there, Marco. We needed to have seen that ball hit the back of the net. That was too good a run. That was like sort of the stuff that Marcus was doing a little earlier, and some of the runs he was putting
with Leroy Sané.
Yeah, that is by far one of the best. That's fantastic. It's unfortunate that we couldn't see a goal, but DK and Kiki are going to come back down again. We are basically about ready to wrap this up. Just before we do, we've got one more quick question that we'll answer again. We've been trying to get you guys to ask you questions about FIFA, about Ultimate Team, about everything, using the hashtag FIFA19AU and FootAU. And I'll tell you what, once again, we've got the selection of 2. I let you pick the last one. Who out of these? I'm thinking about.
Look, that's a great username.
It's a very good one. Are we going with it?
Yeah, we're going.
I haven't even read the question. We're just giving you because of your at. It is going to be.
Oh, but look at the question of the first one.
I'm so torn.
I'm so conflicted. Okay, can we just put out there how good that question is for us and how good that username is?
We have got 3 people on the desk that would be very well equipped to answer the first question. But how? I tell you what, no, we got to go with it. We got to go with it. All right. Do we name the bloke that we're not going to answer his question? Is that too brutal?
That's not
But
fair.
it's such a good username.
Okay, let's just say that it was
Daniel Ricciardo.
Daniel Ricciardo. We know he's a FIFA fan. We know he loves it. I tell you what, the question was around about skill gaps and stuff like that. That'll be it. But the question that we're going to answer is from Jacob Limo _Limo as well, and he asks, and you'll know why we picked this question. What do you wish EA added to career mode this year? Because obviously career mode's a little bit of a contentious topic this year with the fact that I wasn't maybe a super amount, or there was by far no massive redevelopments to career mode this year, but I'm slowly starting to appreciate the subtle, very, very subtle changes that they've made to career mode this year. Like for example with promotion and relegation, that you'll actually have the badge of the league that you're in as well, which was something, if you're a Premier League club and you get relegated to the Championship, you'll be rocking the Championship badge. And even amazing stuff like if you win the Premier League, you're going to get the gold badge. If you win the Champions League, let's say you're Barcelona, who have won it 5 times in a row, they've of course got the 5 on their sleeve for the Champions League. If you win it with them again and get them their 6th Champions League title, it's going to update that and say 6, which, I mean, I know it sounds pretty small, but that is the little finite details that absolutely just make the immersion of career mode so much better. And I don't know, just general thoughts on career mode and the little changes that they've made this year.
Well, I mean, of course, we've got ultimate difficulty this year, so that's another step up. The gameplay from what we've played so far has been an absolute next level, experiment that's gone right. Happy with how the gameplay is working. So, I mean, there seems to be subtle changes, and if you really start pulling apart career mode, you can see these things. We may have not got the overhaul that we're looking for, but obviously we've got Champions League, we've got Europa, we've got these minor detail changes to the kits and stuff as you move through your Road to Glory series, ultimate difficulty. I mean, they have added stuff. We've obviously got the last of the journey. My players out there as well, so there's a lot of career mode content there to really sink your teeth into. As for what we wish they had added, I'm not too sure just yet.
In FIFA, you think in FIFA 20 that maybe we'll come out with something real big.
I think as EA game changes, we might be able to have a little bit of a prod and try and get some work done on career mode.
There's been plenty of talk about career mode as well leading up to this as well. But again, Jared, your thoughts on it as well?
Yeah, I mean, I agree, the same sentiments as DK. I feel like the game has so much work to be done, but I'm encouraged by the small little steps they've taken. They started listening to our feedback. Like you said, ultimate difficulty, it was put into squad battles last year. Why not shift it over to career mode? They've done that. For years, everybody said they want the badges to be changed. They want all these small little details. I like that. A big feature or a big revolution, I guess, in the game mode, I want uncapped potentials. Definitely. I want potential ranges, because what's the point of signing the same wonder kids every single season? Why not be able to sign someone like a Jamie Vardy sort of story? You sign someone that's kind of down on their luck in the 2nd division, bring them up with you and make them into a world-class player.
Yeah, things like form and all that sort of stuff rather than just...
maybe a minimum potential.
Yeah, minimum potential. I think Chinese Sports spoke a lot about that, and I agree wholeheartedly.
I know that me and Chesnoy Gaming actually brought it up when we were over at EA Play, obviously part of the Game Changer Foot United program as well. We were talking about how legendary difficulty was, even in FIFA 18, maybe almost a little too simple, and it was the hardest one that you were given as well, and we were having to up sliders and stuff. So I'm very happy that Ultimate Team or Ultimate Difficulty is in career mode now from now on. And Kiki, I know that you haven't really had an awful lot to do with career mode because you're still finding your way into FIFA and you've played a lot of Ultimate Team and stuff, but would you maybe give it a go? I mean, it's all offline gameplay. I don't know how you would feel about that.
I mean, offline's still okay for my stream and for what I do. So I've heard I heard you guys talk a lot about it anyway, so you're sort of getting me interested in it. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what they do with it.
I think it's a nice little refresher if you've maybe just smashing the Ultimate Team, then maybe like, I might just move over to career mode for a little
just
bit.
a little change.
Pro clubs
Mix
or something
things
like
up
that.
a bit.
Awesome, sensational.
I find if you are streaming career mode, you can probably get your subscribers a little bit more involved with what you're doing rather than just opening packs and playing online.
Asking who to sign.
Yeah, who to sign, you know, kit upgrades.
Where to scout.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff. A lot more interaction if you're putting together a career mode.
That's the thing with stream as well. Like if I've never played it, like there's a bunch of people watching that are helpful and get me interested in it and tell me the good points about it.
Yeah, there's plenty to be done with career mode. I'm really hoping and looking forward to maybe seeing some changes in career mode. But again, really happy and really surprised by like the little subtle changes that were just sort of leaking out throughout the game. You know, it was like stuff that we didn't really know much about going into it, but then you just see, oh, that updated and like little things here and there. It's absolutely fantastic.
That was a great question though, that one.
I really do. I'm glad that you spotted that because I was literally, I just had tunnel vision. I'm like, that is an amazing at. I need to read this at out on this stream. But no, you're right. We had to go with the career mode question. But again, thank you very much to Jacob Lemo. And again, of course, an amazing, fantastic career mode based question. And we are going to, courtesy of our friends at Sony Australia, you will be receiving a FIFA 19 PlayStation 4 bundle, which of course, it's console, it's FIFA 19. It's a fantastic little something that's going to be on your way. So EA Australia will be contacting you about your prize as well. So stay tight and gosh, I feel very guilty about now potentially hinting at what the other thing was. Amazing at. Ask a question about skill gaps. That bloke's going to know what it is. I feel bad. I'm gonna follow, mate. I'm gonna follow you, and we'll hit you up in the DMs. And I reckon I'm sliding straight into the DMs.
If you're doing that, can we at least say what his username was then?
Okay, fine. I'm gonna do it.
You can consolation prize him.
Shuey002. That's it. I mean, just Shuey. Just love a good Shuey. I mean, don't you have a pretty good story about Shueys from the Birthing Capture event? It's maybe not.
Okay, no, that's fine. Yeah, that's not me. That's not me doing this Shuey.
No, it's not her. But it involved an item of your clothing, like your shoe.
It was my shoe. Yes. Yeah, no, a Shuey was done. Sir Pieface himself lost a bet against me, so he had to do a Shuey out of my Converse. So
of water too, by the way.
Yeah, look,
totally
it was Sprite, there's definitely clips on Twitter if you go looking for it. It's very, very funny. It was done on his live stream. So.
Oh my goodness.
Out of control.
Absolute champ.
Pieface is a bloody legend. The bus ride home, one of those nights. We cannot repeat some of the things that were said, but he is hilarious. So if you want to go check him out as well, he's fantastic. But lads, I'll tell you what, we've basically wrapped it up. I mean, I'll go across the room and just maybe get your highlight of everything that we've been doing. I mean, the stream's been running for about 3 hours now. FIFA 19 is out. And of course, if you pre-ordered it, if you bought the game, you can now go and play it for yourselves. So if you're in the mood, feel free to go for it, build up your ultimate team, start your career modes and everything. But DK, favourite moment of the night so far?
I guess the banter that's been involved around here and obviously the rivalry games that we've had going up there between Marco and Marcus.
You got your W?
I did get my W.
Did you score?
I did.
That was you?
The Robin goal? The first one?
First one.
Oh, so you got the Robin goal and the other one was...
Set up the second, no worries.
Okay, no worries then.
Moving into E-League domain,
I reckon
big tackle there at the
we'll
end.
see you in there, yeah. No, we got a little draft going. We'll see if maybe some...
But I mean, I'm just
faces.
looking forward to getting back to Perth and getting some content recorded and whacking it up on the channel.
Content with a K, lovely. I think my favourite moment was definitely when I said Bucky Army's got a great rig.
That
was fantastic.
You say you regret it and then you just keep bringing it up and
I know.
It's the greatest thing in the world.
It's weird because
Shout out to Buck Army.
at the same time, I just like, you can't hide from me. Like, good on you. You got to rip your shirt off, you got to rig like that, rip your shirt off, it's fine.
Pete in there. I think Pistol Pete did as well and Castro as well.
Pistol Pete and Castro?
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
My respect to anyone who's got the confidence to be able to do that as well. And Castro's got no small following as well, so you're going to rip it out. You better be prepared for it. But anyway, Jared, what about you, mate?
I think it was great having Richard from Optus coming in tonight and talking to us about the Champions League, and it was good of him to, really give us some insight about not only what it means for FIFA, but just generally having a good bit of football chat. We're all interested in football, and I'm sure a lot of the people at home are pretty interested in football. So, good to have him in.
Yeah, it's always great to get like a real insight come in and actually speak a little bit about the Champions League. And he definitely knows his stuff there, Richard Bayless, obviously, former Fox Sports and now Optus Sports presenter. He's an absolute fantastic, he's a little wizard of the game. He's fantastic, his insights as well. And Kiki, how about yours?
Yolanda be cool.
Yolanda be cool?
I was jamming backstage, yeah.
Oh, I think we're all jamming, you know?
Yeah, and of course the guys having Marcus and Marco in.
All right then.
Awesome.
Terrific, lads. Well, I reckon we're pretty much about ready to wrap this all up. Once again, thank you so much, everyone, for coming in. It's been, I think, a pretty fantastic stream. I've had fun. I don't know about you boys as well,
had fun.
But we've all had fun.
Excited for FIFA 19 to finally be out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you want to know what the best thing about this is? It is currently, it is 1 or nearly 1 a.m. It's like 12:53 at the moment. And the good news is that in about 5 or 6 minutes, the next episode of my Wolves career mode is actually going to be going up on my YouTube channel.
Plug.
So if you want to go check that out, again, youtube.com/themasterbucks. I'm just saying, but disgusting. If you boys want to, if you girls and boys, girls want to plug anything,
I'm fine.
Go for it.
I'm fine.
We all know you are.
I'll leave you the glory.
Sparring DK, Jared.
Yeah, check out the YouTube and the Twitter.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not too big on YouTube, but twitch.tv/CapsInKiki.
There you go.
Twitch, come on, we got it.
Thanks, guys.
I was going to say, I'll be what?
Thanks, guys.
No worries. I'm going to be moving on onto your territory very, very soon. I'm going to be starting up a Twitch.
Coming to Perth?
What? Oh, Perth? Why would I want to go out to Perth? Jesus Christ.
We're trying to get out of there.
I'm already living in the best city in Australia.
Adelaide.
Yeah. Why'd you say that sarcastically?
I mean, Adelaide.
What are you talking about, mate? Anyway. All right, I tell you what. Let's just wrap this up then. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. We want to thank all of our guests that came in, of course, the E-League boys with Marco and Marcus. Obviously, they put on a great show for us, playing a whole bunch of FIFA 19 as well. We want to thank, again, Richard Bayless for coming in and giving us his insights for the Champions League. Want to thank Yolanda Be Cool. Want to thank you guys for tuning in as well. And lads, that's pretty much going to do it. If you want to continue the conversation as well, you can use the hashtag FIFA19AU and hashtag FootAU as well. Make sure you've grabbed your copies of FIFA, and lads, I reckon we're about done here. Thank you so much from everyone, from everyone on the desk. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. My name is the Master Bucks. Have a good one.
And we all know champions rise early.
Yeah? Well, this one stays up late.
They all want to meet Neymar. But me, I am Neymar. I'm De Bruyne. I'm Dybala.
And my Mbappe is more Mbappe than Mbappe.
Plus Mbappé que moi. This icon played for years without winning the Champions League. But I've already won it twice!
Ronaldo's the best striker in the world. But on my team, he plays centre back.
Whoa.
Not that way.
Come on. What? You can do that.
Okay. Running. Run that burger.
They say Pep's a genius. Pero yo le gano.
Mine is Korea exterior.
Can you reach the final in Madrid?
Madrid's right here in LA.
So here it is, the biggest game of the year, the Champions League final.
That's right, Jane. Cool.
What's going on here?
We'll take it from here.
For the players.